All right, all right, all right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this Friday Night Live. SKR is here. Hey, SKR. I know we have been chatting, but happy Thanksgiving to you, sis. Thank you for dropping on down out of those bushes. Okay. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you for being here. To all of you, if you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button. Girlfriend is here. Girlfriend. You guys, girlfriend for the cutie crew members, she is home. So I'm not gonna put too much of your business. Well, I gotta say something because I don't want folks to think you was in jail, child. But girlfriend is home from the hospital, and you did text me. I'm so happy to hear that. Rest up, sis. Don't even type too hard, okay? Don't even type too hard. Speedy recovery. And even if it's not speedy, just recover. So I am happy to see you. Let me turn on this light, guys. Okay. To the cutie crew, I am just now. This is my first time sitting down since members only earlier. That was what, 5 hours ago? Somewhere around there. I have been beautifying my home, putting up my little Christmas stuff, and I got a lot to go, but it is turning out amazing. So, welcome. Let me say some quick hellos. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to take a breather and come and talk about some hot topics. I only have 3 topics tonight. Let's see. Yeah, I'm only going to be covering tonight who you see on the screen. I got some Bravo news, but I think I'll wait and do that on Sunday. Sunday to the to the Patroni cuties, we will have a double decker, a double live watch party over on Patreon. Married to Medicine is back. So after Real Housewives of Potomac, we will then watch Married to Medicine season premiere. So Sundays going forward will be a 2-hour live watch party plus our discussion. If you are not a Patreon member, feel free to join. I just dropped the link in the chat. Also, next Friday on Patreon, we're going to be watching 50 Cent's documentary about Diddy. Okay. And then my sister told me that Hulu special with Taraji, Kim Kardashian, Tiana Taylor, and all of that. She said that's really good, but I think that's broken up in parts. So we'll see. We'll see. But if you are not a Patreon member, go ahead and hit that link and join us over there. Hey Yazzie. Hey Yazzie. Welcome, sis. Let me get this off the screen. And why is this like this? Let's see. Okay. Let's get that a little smaller. But I'm not going to waste too much time, child, because I am tired. I don't know. How long were we in members only early? It had to be about an hour. And yeah, I've been on my feet, child, all day long. But this live was scheduled and I did not want to cancel it. We're going to talk about Masika Kalisha because I made a members only video the other day about this whole photo shoot that she did when it comes to her grieving her husband that was unfortunately unalived in a car accident. And she hired a whole crew, not only a photographer, but a videographer. But Masika is over it. After all of these Coretta Scott King, may Coretta rest in peace, she's over it because she is now on the arms of a new man already. Bino, Krishan Rock's ex, and she calling him daddy and all of that. I cannot. I was not going to say anything publicly. I touched on Masika a couple weeks ago. And out of respect, I removed the video because I'm like, look, people handle grief evidently differently than I. But yeah, look, attention seeker, period, point blank. So we're gonna talk about Masika. We also are going to discuss Kenneka Jenkins. You guys should know Kenneka Jenkins was a 19-year-old out of Chicago that passed away in 2017. I do want you all's thoughts on that. And speaking of that, let's see. Let's see. Speaking of that, it's a little bit more I want to talk about, and that is her mom. Is this it? Hold on. Yes, it is. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about that. I'm Chi-Town, and I was still living in Chicago when that happened. And my opinion about the situation has always been different than most. And I want to chat with you guys. I want to know your thoughts as well. Last but not least, you guys see him on this screen, and that is a Morehouse, and it better be former real soon, college student that was arrested and charged this week with aggravated assault for choking out a young lady, Clark Atlanta student. Um, his name is Matthew Gonzalez Forrestine, and I want to make sure to say his name, okay? I do. Okay, Aunt Debbie is here. Aunt Debbie is here modding. Shout out to the cutie crew in the building. This looked like a cutie crew live, child. Shout out to the cutie crew. Do you hear me? And shout out to the cuties that are here. I see Gloria. I saw up above a couple cuties. Shout out to each and every one of you. Now, I will, if any of you want to come up and give your thoughts on these three topics, I will drop the link. Feel free. If not, you guys know I love to run my mouth. But let's go ahead and start with Masika. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And again, thank you guys for joining me on this Friday night. Happy Thanksgiving again to each and every one of you. And yeah, I kind of felt bad at first for rolling my eyes at this. I'm not buying it. And I wasn't buying it then, and I'm not buying it now. So before I even show you guys the pictures, what are your thoughts? Masika and her estranged husband, who is now deceased, were separated. Masika had been out in these streets with several men, and that does not mean that she can't grieve. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. She was still legally married to him, allegedly. She said that they got an annulment the first time they got married, then they got remarried again. But his family posted a video of her ex-husband on the phone with a lawyer saying, yeah, I want this over with ASAP. So these are the pictures that she released this week, okay? Hired a photographer, and I'm going to show you guys a videographer that was hired as well. May her ex-husband rest in peace. But there she is. This is Jackie O-ish or Coretta Scott King-ish. And it's the fact that she hired these people as well as posted this. Now, it's her business for sure. But this is tacky as hell. This is not grief. To me, if any of you disagree, put it in the chat. But let me go back. Child falling out. You hear me? And like somebody in the comments said, just imagine going through the pictures and selecting the ones that you want to put online. Okay. Here she is again consoling her kids. Beautiful, beautiful kids. This is the daughter that she shared with her ex-husband. There she is, dabbing that tissue, child, like Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. But very tacky, CC. Please let me select this one. I gotta show the people that I needed help getting out the sprinter. I gotta show the people that I needed help, child. Uh, uh, uh. Is it me? Is it me? We just started, Gigi. Welcome, sis. Okay, sweet tea, you agree. Tacky as hell. And again, beautiful kids, but Masika, no ma'am. And I'm so glad that I did not fall for this because, yeah, she's moved on real quick. She is grieving her husband in the arms of another man. And here she is, child. Here she is. This is Bino. And he posted her yesterday. He posted her and said she was the love of his life. As I mentioned, she said, daddy, called him daddy yesterday. Sweet tea, I can't take it. I can't take it. And yeah, he posted her today. So what I want to show you guys first, let's go to the the videographer that was hired to capture Masika. Now it starts real quick, but you guys see here, baby, she got up blue, she got up black, she got the rose and all of that. And let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah. I gotta mute it. Your thoughts, your thoughts, your thoughts. Put it in the comments, child. The widow. The widow. I don't care who like it. You guys know we can absolutely disagree. I am up for any debates, but this is all for attention. This is all for attention. And it's sick. It really, really is. Because even if all of this happened, leave that behind closed doors. She didn't have to post this to me at all. Gigi, you said, ooh, child. Ooh, child. That stank arse hired a professional photographer. She is trash. Glad she drug in the comments. Yeah, they are dragging Masika and Gigi, not only a photographer, but as I mentioned, sis, a professional videographer. A professional videographer. SKR is here. Hey, SKR. Yes, Miss Lady. Straight DS. We gonna talk about it some more, but I know SKR has some strong opinions. SKR, give me your thoughts. Now, we debate a lot. I want to know if you on my side.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Let me move this
Okay.
a little closer. Hold on, sis.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's do it this way. Okay, there you go. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Well, it is definitely distasteful. Um, it is such a desperate cry for everybody's attention. And like you said, she's a widow. You just put this man in the ground and you already out here calling another man daddy. And you think that that oldest girl don't know about what's going on with social media. And you showing that your girls that, this is what you do. You go from man to man to man.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't like it at all. I don't like it. You're not Jackie O, you're not Coretta Scott King, you're not none of those ladies where the reporters are sitting off over to the side and they get a close up shot of you, or they're moving around the church or whatever. You literally I mean, went and just got you a photographer and said, be right there every
Mhm,
time I do something.
mhm,
And I just think it's ridiculous. And she's always involved in something.
mhm.
So that means to me that she is, I don't know, I always revert it back to people with mental illness, but so
Mm.
she's just really got something going on. The attention that she is looking for and the level of men is going down. I mean, he is really going down to the bottom of men. I mean, she's going to a used guy that just broke up with another lady that's
Yes.
going through stuff. I mean, her level of men is really crashing down, and she crashing out, and it's ridiculous to see. And she's a beautiful woman with beautiful girls, and
Mhm,
this is what she's showing them.
mhm, mhm. Look, I agree with everything that you said, and not only is it Beano, here's another one. Array Face. Array Face used to be with Bambi. They broke up not too long ago. He's coming out. He said that Masika is for the streets, and I had her too. Um, yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
look, this is crazy. Bino, this guy here, and he posted this picture a couple days ago and said, "Baby with the heart eyes and a ring," and she reposted it in her stories. Now, again, I must say to everybody, this is the grieving widow. What Negroes is coming out the woodworks. And we're gonna look at SKR as soon as I find it in my messages. We're gonna look at the videos that her ex-husband's family posted. But SKR, could you imagine trying to grieve the loss of your husband? I mean, the loss of your son, your brother, and everything else. And she shows up with damn near a whole production crew, love and hip hop style. Could you imagine that?
It's disgusting. I'm thinking about the baby girls of
Mhm,
how they got to see this and it's out there for everybody to see. And now that puts a rift in the relationship between their family and, Masika. And then with their kids, is I know they love their grandchildren, but it seems like it will always be something there because of how Masika is doing all of this and handling this. You
mhm,
don't do that at nobody's. You wasn't with the man. You were separated with him and still out there being in the streets. And it's like you coming up here with a camera crew
with a
and you
whole
at falling all out like y'all just spent vacation time together with each other and was getting back together and working this
mhm,
thing out. If no, you were just with Matt Barnes allegedly. So what's
just
the and now you got the love of your life when you just was with Matt Barnes
mhm,
and grieving in between all of that. Now you done met the love of your life. And it's
mhm.
like, you really think this gonna work, girl? You really think this gonna work?
Yeah. Yeah. She don't care. That's the thing, SKR. Sis, she could care less whether it works or not. What has worked is she's in the algorithm. People are talking about her. Some people don't mind if it's good talk or bad talk, as long as they're talking. And that's what it is for her. I agree with you. What an example. I love the kids and want to keep them out of this. But what an example she's setting. What happened to the tears, mama? What happened to, you know what I'm saying? You're distraught in the house and all of that, but you on the phone with Bino while he calling you baby and love of my life 2 days after this Coretta Scott, may Coretta rest in peace, child. This Coretta Scott King photo shoot. You get what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's ridiculous. Let's take a listen to what the brother posted. Now they're saying that allegedly he may be a play brother. No matter what, he was real close with the ex-husband, and he put her on blast this week. He said that she got up there and said a cat in the hat speech at the service. So let's take a quick listen and a look.
Husband life is not in vain. And he does come to me on faith to this day. Smart, baby, champ, will carry your last name. It will never change until the day we meet again.
I will carry your last name even while I'm hopping from Painless to Painless. Let's continue.
Before we love in your heart, a husband life was not in vain. I need y'all to come for me on aches to the pain. Smart, baby, champ, will carry your last name. It will never change until the day we meet again.
It was Cat in the Headish. Did you hear it well enough, sis? Everything,
Yeah, I
everything
can hear
right.
it. Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. I mean, I can hear the rhyming out of it. And so as far as the words, and then her family, her parents up there holding her up, upholding that doggone mess and attitude. I'm just,
A
I
mess.
just,
A mess. We got more, sis. But first, I must say, because I deserve, but Kathy John's 51 years of marriage, sis. That is absolutely amazing. Happy anniversary to you and your husband. And yes, ma'am, God is good. 51 years. That is a half of a century plus a year. Happy anniversary to you, sis. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys, you guys hit the child. It's the truth. You guys hit the like button from Painless to Painless chat. She says she gonna carry that last name though, girl. If you don't drop that damn last name, you got Beano out here, you got Ray Face out here, you got Negroes coming out the woodworks. But the brother or play brother, and everything I'm saying is alleged, child. But he posted this. This was Masika's soon at that time soon to be ex-husband on the phone with lawyers. Take a listen, SKR.
Maybe, but I think that'll be, you know what I mean, just so we ain't got no misunderstandings. Hold on, say, hold on, guy, hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some extra maybe, but I think that'll be, you know what I mean, just so we ain't got no misunderstandings.
So he was on the phone with a lawyer trying to get a divorce. You know what I mean? And she carrying on like she carrying on. But the brother also said, now she got out of towners calling, threatening me. Say, you know who Lil Bro called when it was smoke, right? I dare one of you Negroes to come to my city playing me behind this 304. He also said, Masika, so you hacked my little brother phone and joined our group messages and sent us the drama. Now you trying to play victim. But should I show him how you tried to make me set up Gerald Green, ex-Houston Rockets, for some money you thought he owed my little brother? You a funny person. So she was trying to set up Gerald Green allegedly to get them paws put on him or something, and he got proof. He also said, then you went to Johnny Dang trying to roach them people out some money for some jewelry. You a bum. He also said, y'all keep coming at me, but this girl jumped in my text messages going off on us over what? I don't have a problem with you, little mama. Just stop faking for the cameras. Oh, child. He also said, appreciate you, Millie. I'm going to listen to your advice and leave it alone. I apologize to my nieces for the content. I'm done with it. I'm going to let bro rest in peace. Then he went to the cemetery. He said, I'm going to let you rest, little bro, but some shit I can't take. And that's a MF for playing with your name in vain. I can't let that fly. It is a hot mess, sis. It is. SK Aura, give me your thoughts on that last part, child.
you know, even if he has some things that may be true out of it, a lot of how he's moving and all of his text messages and videos that he has sent is suspect too. He seemed like he moving foul to be a big brother. So I think both of them are two shady people going at it at this time where this man has lost his life, and you know his only daughter in the world is, she's young, and y'all should be thinking about how this is all gonna affect her and making sure that she's gonna be okay. And you know it's disgusting. So I just see uh attention seeking people trying to put their level of truth out of what they think is truth, and along with that their mess of trying to have attention. And it's just disgusting. This man, from what I've heard, the man was a pretty good man. I think he really did love Masika. He just probably couldn't put up with her stuff, or he maybe he might have been a playboy out there in them streets. But from what has been told, it's been that it's said that he was the good man out of the relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And for the most part, that's what I've heard as well when it comes to her ex-husband, that he was a good guy. But let me ask you this, because how much can a family take? You're speaking about the brother coming out and saying something. How much can a family take when it comes to the theatrics? I'm going to try to find this video because I want you all's thoughts. It's a separate topic, but the sad chick jumping into the casket, and the family put them paws on her. How much can a family take? You want him to remain silent when it comes to everything, or just be the bigger person?
um at this moment, and knowing how Lil Bro was, he know his Lil Bro's character. He should have remained silent. I don't think that man was that type of man to be all out reacting to mess all out on Instagram or anything. That's something that you would handle in private, pull somebody to the side, and at this moment, if you know what kind of woman she is, you let her be the only one looking stupid, and you still keep your head up and maintain dignity for your niece. So, to let her know that her daddy was a good man, and everybody around him, he is good people too. They don't be on that bull crap. Your mama was the only one out here doing that BS. So it's just,
Got you.
I say leave it alone. Let Masika put that crap out there, and everybody is doing what they doing, talking about her and ragging her about how distasteful it was, and let her be the only person out there being stupid.
Well,
Hold
that's
your
what he
dignity
said.
up.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said in his messages. As we scroll through the messages that he posted, he did say he's sorry to his nieces. He's sorry for reacting, and it looks like, is leaving it alone. But
Good.
I do understand sometimes you gonna come out here and react. You know what I mean? Please, anybody, don't ever come out here clowning about some of my loved ones that passed. Because I'm going to react. So I do get that, but I totally understand what you're saying, and you're right. Leave it alone, which it appears that he has. Thank goodness. There's no need for him to say anything else. She's proven with her actions everything that he said and more, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Masika is going from allegedly YouTube page to YouTube page and Instagram pages trying to check people. And no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You put that whole shoot out. Whole shoot out. Now, look, Danya, I saw you over there in the comments earlier, sis. How you feel about this? How you feel about this? Put it in the comment section. Um, when she first posted, I think you offered prayers to her. You know what I mean? And look, I'm gonna pray for her extra hard because she need to sit her ass down. Any final thoughts before we move on? SK Arbor. I get
It's sickening, and I feel for that family, his parents. If he had any other siblings and close relatives, that he sounded like a pretty good, decent man, and you're not gonna win against somebody like a Masika.
Mhm.
She's always gonna have enough material to keep it going. And that's
Yeah.
what she does. She keeps mess going on Instagram, on the social medias. And that's why I
Mhm.
said if he had the big bro had anything to say, pull her to the side, do a one-on-one conversation, but don't put it on social media. If you're
All
gonna
right.
react, do it in behind scenes, because she gonna always win. You can't win against those type of people. That's
Yeah.
their livelihood. She
Yeah.
just makes me sick. Beautiful woman to make me sick.
Yeah, she makes me sick too. She been making me sick. I tried to have a little grace. That's why when I made that latest video about her, I made sure that it was members only. That's respect. But it's not a good look, and sit your ass down. Grown folks, you can somebody look, tell me when I need to sit my ass down. So even though you're grown, that don't mean people can't give you sound advice. Sit your ass down. And if you had all of these emotions just a week ago or two, how they gone that quick? Were you already in the arms of another man? So yes, it's crazy, but SKR, look, we got another one. And I want you all's thoughts on this because there's a big debate that's going around that, look, sometimes these men have relationships with their side chicks that the wives and the family and everybody else wouldn't understand. My thing is, if your ass was a side, you stay on the side. But I promise you, you will not jump on top of anybody's casket in my presence. So the big debate is the family was wrong for the way that they handled this chick, pulling her up off the casket as it was being raised into the ground. Let's go ahead and take a look. SKR, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Hey, Melanin. Gia said that she missed you, and I told you that in text twice this week. When you text me, we missed you, sis. So she been here, Gia. She like to stay in the bushes sometimes. Yeah, I know my SKR. So she been in the bushes. I
I be
know.
I be signing on right there in the beginning with y'all. I just listen. Sometimes it's just good to listen.
Look, you've been a Cutie Crew sister for damn near 3 years. You think I don't know you? Bridget J. I don't know if Bridget J was worried about you or not, but Bridget is one of the sisters that keep a tab on when we see folks or not. But I knew she was fine, child. Plus, she had reached out to me. So, but let's take a look at this, SK. I can't wait to see hear your thoughts on this. This was some straight bull, and baby, I don't want you guys to think that I ever think that my family is untouchable. But what they are is, hey, one of them is willing to go. That's either to jail ya or out fighting. They just don't play. This would have never happened. But take a look. That's the sad chick. Look, that's the sad chick, y'all. No. Look at that bullshit. Girl, you gotta get up. Come on, girl. You can't do that. Sammy. Okay, little sis. All right. Before you even give me your thoughts, hold your thoughts, because I want to play this again. Royal Bristorian says she was on top of the casket. Now, if you was a side all while he was alive, you better stay your ass on the side and in the back. Okay? Don't even ever attempt this. Now, some folks' families that knew about the side may let them come in before the service started and all of that. The choice words that you guys heard, calling her the B word and everything else, I promise you, those would have been the same word. She stayed down there a little too long. My family, baby, she would have been up out of there. But the big debate is they manhandled her. They shouldn't have done that. We're going to look at it one more again, and then we will discuss SKR. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Look at that. You know what I would have did? I would have said, go on, throw the dirt on top of her ass. Throw the dirt and keep her down there. You want to go down there? Go ahead. But anyway, let's finish. No. That's why they got more in the chat. Girl, you gotta get up.
Come on, girl.
I love the reaction. It was a disrespectful, period, point blank. Bobette, absolutely. She's auditioning for something. Bobette, thank you for the super chat. But you asked, Chit Chat, do you think she's auditioning for the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Or Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood, Atlanta, it don't matter, whichever one pick her up. Absolutely. Absolutely, sis. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yes, she's looking for Mona Scott King, Carlos King, anybody to pick her ass up. Ridiculous. All right, SKR. Give me your thoughts on this, sis. Let me get Masika off the screen. What are your thoughts on the sad chick? Do you think that they should not have manhandled her the way that they did?
Well, how else they gonna get her out from 6 feet on underground? What they gonna throw a rope down there and gently pull her up? Yeah, they had to pull her up by her jacket. How else they gonna get down there and get her? Or she could. You think you get out and then she gonna be able to get out by herself? No, she ain't gonna be able to get out by herself. They would have had to jerk her up. But
Okay, but
no, like
hold on. The choice words is what I'm talking about. Did you hear the choice words? Bitch.
yeah, they should have called her all of that. Yeah, you in the ground, girl. What is you doing? You taking it away from who it's supposed to be about, which is this man. It ain't supposed to be about you. Get your ass up out. Oh, I mean, get your tail up out this grave here.
Go
And
ahead,
like you
sis. Go ahead.
and you said it because I was fixing to say that. Well, go on, throw that dirt up on her then. I bet you she be come on flying up out of there looking for somebody, raising her hands up, talking about help me up out of here.
Facts.
But she was looking for that opportunity to finally show her face and let them know I'm here and I've been here and I'm gonna finally show this the wife and the family who he really loved. And she did that on purpose. She did that whole display on purpose. Because girl, you could have went to the darn funeral home to the wake and did all that crying and stuff and falling over and everything. You could have went privately, called that funeral home and said, "Hey, I would like to come in when the family ain't there. If I could come in and look or whatever and have my time with him." You could, girl. Yeah, you a bee, you a hoe, you everything. You what you think this is? We gonna just sit up here and be like, honey, no, don't do this. Come on, let's go, sis. Come on. I mean, F that. I mean, yeah, F that. Get your ass up out this grave, honey. Let's go. You doing too much.
Fact.
Stupid ass. Stupid B.
Stupid biatch. Look, I totally agree with you. And you know, this is how I know that I may have a little bit of violent tendencies because it would have been on and popping. Sometimes when situations like that happen, I always say, "Oh, I wish that could have happened to me." Baby, Danya, I meant air word. Throw the dirt right on top of her ass. Because that's what she is, dirt. SKR, totally agree with you. Everything was done on purpose. She knew she was going to do that before she did it. Well, you know, what are you on top of the casket for as it's being lowered down into the ground? Why? Like you said, to make her presence known. And you know, she would have been walking up out of there with a pumpkin head for real. Very disrespectful to the men that pulled her out of there and called her all type of bees and all of that. Kudos to them. I'm not into oh no, they did have a relationship and all that. A side chick is a side chick for a reason. Your ass is on the side. Stay on the side. Even if she was sitting in attendance at that funeral, her presence shouldn't have been known. Sit your ass in the audience with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But to put on the show, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was disrespectful. It really, really was. Um, Let's see. Sweet Tea said, let's see what Sweet Tea said, and then we're gonna move on to our next topic. Sweet Tea, where your comment? Vanessa said the Bible says pick your next husband in the grave. Child. What? Well, child. Okay, I believe you. Where's Sweet Tea comment? Oh, here you go. Sweet Tea said, "Is that for real? She should have stayed a side chick and not attend the funeral. She was brave to even show up. She was very brave. You hear me? Very, very brave. And yeah, the whole it's the theatrics for me. Hey, Brittany Janae. Okay, we gonna keep it moving. We are going to keep it moving. SKR, you got a little disturbance. It's not bad, but okay. Whatever you just did, keep it like that. I don't know if that was your phone hitting up against something, or I'm not sure if you're talking through a mic, but it's fine now. Let's get into this next video, guys. Uh-oh. Let's get into which one is this? The Morehouse student. So I mentioned to you guys he was charged with aggravated assault and making terroristic threats after a viral video showed him choking Clark, Atlanta student. The girl weighed about 80 pounds, soaking wet, picked her up by her neck. And you guys will hear her account on it, and then you will see parts of it. But this happened on November the 20th, and they were outside some apartments in Atlanta. My problem with this is a couple of the men that were there. I wanted them to step up. But again, this guy on this thumbnail is 21-year-old Matthew Gonzalez Forrestine. I have not heard if he's been expelled yet, but he absolutely must be. Okay? If they haven't done it yet, it better come soon. But let's go ahead and take a quick look. We will hear the account of the young lady. She said that he stepped on her foot. Her and the girlfriend, his girlfriend, got into a little tussle. And instead of him just breaking it up, you guys will see what he decided to do if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and take a quick look.
My name is Caleb Bryant, and I was just attacked outside of my building in Atlanta. I go to Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, shoot. My apologies. You guys can't see anything. Hold on. Let me clear that out so I'm able to go back to it. Advised. Hold on. It would be nice if I share it, huh? I'm so glad I look back over at the screen. Lulu, be ready to fight. Ooh, child. Look at Danya. Danya always ready to throw down. Now, I ain't got to say nothing about Aunt Debbie. You guys know Aunt Debbie theme song. Yeah, this is what I would have played after I tapped that ass of the side chick. Aunt Debbie's theme song. Let's listen real quick. Hey, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of it. All right, let's go back to the first video. But here is the guy here. And let's take a listen to what the young lady had to say.
Hello, my name is Caleb Bryant, and I was just attacked outside of my building in Atlanta. I go to Clark Atlanta University. Oh, I should do it to you, right? Stop.
Now look, gotta pause it. But hopefully you guys saw it, and you'll see he picked her up by her neck and carrying her by her neck. We do not condone violence, but let's go ahead.
I'm not the fucking up.
Now I'm gonna pause again because he absolutely could have unalived her, but he's saying I should do that.
No.
That's the girlfriend in the orange shirt. Call 12. Hey, Miss Wynn, how are you, sis? What is the elegant elephant here? Hey, sis, I know we chatted. Code 12 is what? You guys let me know what code 12 means. Does that mean unaliving somebody? Or call 12? He said, I promise you I'm going to get a dead body today.
What do you mean? What do you mean that? You mean about running,
We have a shuttle that transports us from our campus to my apartment.
Yeah.
I get on that because I can't drive nor can I see. So when I was getting on the shuttle today, I sit in the background like I normally do, and a couple walks on, and they they sit in the chairs in front of me, and they start kissing and stuff. So I move over to another seat, and I'm listening to music. And as we get off the shuttle, the man starts stepping on me, and this is my feet. Okay, that doesn't matter. But he said, I wear 6.5. So he steps on me, and I say, excuse me, can you apologize? He said, sorry. And he didn't say anything. So as I'm walking off the shuttle, his girlfriend is standing there, and she's like, is there a problem? And I was like, yes, he just stepped on me. Like, he stepped on me. She was like, you all up in my face. You're busting, you all up in my face. I'm like, bitch, he just stepped on me. Oh my God, your boyfriend. She mushes me on my face. And I like try to swing for her back. And she's like, you got it, babe. And he starts choking me like this onto the ground. And me and her fall to the ground. And I'm not letting go because, like, what the fuck is happening to me at the moment? Like, he's choking me and you are like, I don't know what's going on. He picks me up off the ground and starts strangling me like this, and I couldn't breathe, and I was kicking off the walls and stuff to try to gain some sort of like balance. And he's telling me he's gonna kill me, and he's like, you want that? I'll kill you, all of that. Like, I'm telling me, go find your boyfriend, and I'm in Atlanta by myself because I'm just trying to go to school and go to work. That's all. I have a boyfriend, and I had two. I only had two boyfriends. So I was just attacked. And the police are trying to look for them. I don't know what to do.
All right. SK Aura. Give me your thoughts, sis. Debbie, to answer your question, you said he should be in jail. He was arrested. So they did find him. He was arrested. I'm pretty sure most likely he is out on bond by now. But as I mentioned, I haven't heard anything as far as if he's been expelled. He will go to trial and all of that. Everything is caught on tape, and I hope he gets jail time. I really do. Before I get to you, SKR, let's read a couple comments. Says Danya said he Billy Badass with a little girl. He's a punk arse ninja. Reen Bass said they waited a long time to stop him. Hey, Reen, I totally agree. But did you see him threatening the other guy? He was about to punch him out. But for me, I'm used to men, okay? And they would have just fought. They would have just fought. You know, I agree with you. Miss Lady must said, I am so tired of these ninjas putting their hands on someone's child. My family would have taken care of him quickly. Calling them boys. You know, we got a thing for them boys, baby. Bridget J said, bet $100 he ain't that tough in jail. Period. Lady Sweetness said he won't do it to a dude. He is a punk. And look, the girlfriend should have been arrested too, in my opinion. A lot of people, you know, feel sorry for the girlfriend because they said if he did this to this girl, imagine what she's going through at home. He very well could be doing something at home, but we don't have any proof of that. And she was an incel. antagonize the whole situation. Give me your thoughts, sis.
Another disgusting situation, and it's like everybody gets they feeling so butthurt, they don't know how to talk to each other. You gonna unalive somebody over stepping on, and you the one stepping on their foot. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, all of that calls for unaliving. I mean, there is no in between. It is 0 to 100 over nonsense. And nobody knows how to let stuff go. Nobody knows how to have a certain tone and a way to handle things. None of these younger kids know how to handle situations. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
mama was getting stepped on. Maybe I wouldn't be like, okay, you need to apologize, because you don't know who the next person, how they gonna be acting and what their mental capacity is. So it's just like, this man needs to be in jail. He looked like SpongeBob's
Yes, ma'am.
Luther. Look at how he look. It's amazing he even got a girlfriend, and she is a piece of crap too, to sit there and allow him to do that to another female over, we talking about, of a stepping on a foot. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, wait, I don't know you from Adam, and she needs to put restraining charges on both of them,
Mm-hmm.
because to me this sounds like those two are not gonna let this go. They
Yeah.
are going. They don't have nothing else in life going on but to sit there and think of revenge. So that girl needs to be careful with her life and make sure she get a restraining order. This ain't nothing to play with, because he just showed you, and that girl just showed you how far they're willing to go. So don't think this is over, sis, and you just willy nilly walking that. I think you better be getting on to the next HBCU, because these two are not. They both mental cases, and they both got behavior problems.
Hold on.
They need to be in jail somewhere.
Hold on. Who should find another school? The victim?
Yeah, I wouldn't hang around at that school. Oh no, so they can find me.
Do you
No.
honestly think, and maybe I'm being naive, but do you honestly think that they will try anything? This has gone viral nationwide. And I don't think, I have a problem with that. I don't think that the victim should have to up and move and do this. Get some protection, maybe a pow pow. Georgia is a carry state, but why should she have to stop her education and go find another school and all of that over these two losers? He should be expelled. Hold on. He should be expelled where she don't have to worry about him. He goes to Morehouse, and I'm not sure if his girlfriend goes to Clark, Atlanta. Her ass should be expelled or ridiculed and everything else where she knows better. Give me your thoughts on that, because I don't agree.
Yeah, I will be getting on up out of there. Why? Because, like you said, because they're losers. You just tried to choke me out in the mid of the street and said you was gonna do it, and you think that they ain't, and they about to be expelled from school, and they ain't gonna take no accountability. And guess who they gonna be thinking? Whose fault is that? It's that B's fault. It's that B's fault. Them two ain't got. Yes, they are willing to go that far because they did go that far.
Okay, as act of revenge
Oh
based
yeah,
off of their actions.
yeah.
Okay.
We got kicked out of school. We can't go on with our lives. Our lives is in shambles now, all because of this bee. And yeah, we gonna do something to her, because guess what? We almost did something to her. They
Okay.
went that far, they gonna go that far.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad that you said that. I still disagree. And yeah, who just said that? Let me go back to the comments. Somebody said, where are her brothers? Look, my brothers got to be posted up. I talk a lot about the men, and I promise you, I'm not just selling wolf tickets. They don't play. And as I mentioned, they are willing to go to jail, or God forbid worse, when it comes to protecting especially the women in my family, or just period. They don't tolerate disrespect. So yeah, if my brothers got to come and go to school with me, if I got to carry my damn self, look at me the wrong way. And hey, I'm willing to take whatever comes with this. There is a previous history of what they all already have done. If you walk up on me, you gone. That's just it. That's all. So, I understand your point. Anybody in the comment section agree with SKI? Debbie say she disagree as well. I disagree as well. No name face says she shouldn't have to uproot herself, period. And look, victims shouldn't have to live in fear for the rest of their life. I'm gonna protect myself. You tried me one time, I promise you will not be able to try me again. Retaliation or not over some bullshit that you did, try me. If you're walking up on me, I guarantee you won't be walking away from me. So, I understand what you're saying, but SKR, you got a couple people. Robin said, one of your cutie crew sisters, child, he will come back for revenge. Come on back, because your mama gonna be, cashing in that policy. That's what I'm gonna say. Hit the like button. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, sis. He is scum. The girlfriend is scum. Lulu B disagree. Linda Gamble disagree. April said no conflict or resolution skills at all. Look, it's in him. It's in him. And I always will have pity for DV victims, period. His girlfriend at this point is not a DV victim. And as for me, fuck her. Because she said, you got this, bae. She egged it on. Zero pity. So he could be doing something to her at home, but we don't know that. So at this present time, fuck her. Period, point blank. And yeah, try me if you want to. Try me again. You know?
But you got that type of heart. Everybody ain't got that type of heart.
Yeah.
And sometimes these people don't have to walk up on you in your face themselves. They can send others. They can be on the side of the corner and get you from afar. And they could come up right up on campus, and you're not supposed to carry nothing on campus.
Look,
So to me, I ain't risking nothing. I'm gonna stay my butt off of social media, and I'm going somewhere to pledge and whatever else. And it's like, hey, know you shouldn't have to uproot yourself, but you almost got unalived. And I'm not playing. Those people are not playing. And
look.
I would, for me, myself, I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm not taking no chances for you to walk up on me. I'm gone.
Okay. Well, we're gonna debate for a minute because the next step that I'm assuming that you would want her to do is what? Get a name changed as well. How about change your appearance and be incognito for the rest of your life? Why should she have to do that? Just because, let's say, she does leave the school and go to another school or whatever. There are quick start. You don't want her to have no. I gotta change my life because this nigga was a fool. Absolutely not. And if you don't have the heart, get it. If you don't have the heart, get it.
Everybody don't have that heart. Everybody can't put a gun, or things in your hand. You have to make provisions for yourself.
Make that provision is what I'm saying. Hold on. Make that provision is what I'm saying. If you didn't have heart before, get some heart now. If you didn't have them boys protecting you before, get them boys to protect you now. Everybody on that campus with good sense is on that young lady's side. So I disagree, SKR. Victims should not have to change everything that was normal to them about their lives because of some no good, nothing ass Negro.
And they should not. And I agree with you on that. I'm not taking that chance. I'm moving on. I'm not leaving my for chance and opportunity for a nutcase that's mad right now.
The nutcase could get you. So you on the run for the rest of your life because the nutcase could get you.
It ain't about being on no run. It's about the situation that's hot right now. The situation is hot right now, and he is a loose tune, and so is that girl too. And they are no accountability type people, and everything is always going to be somebody else's.
We don't know that. We don't
We
know that.
know that for him. We know it by him almost choking that girl out and telling her he gonna catch a body today.
Right. We don't know. And I get it. I understand, and your opinion is valid. I'm not I love a good debate. I'm over here smiling. But we don't know how this will and it should affect him. When it comes, he should be the one that goddamn it change his name. He should be the one that's living somewhere in obscurity and scared to show his face and all of that. I get
He
what
sure
you're saying,
should.
but at some point victims have to stand up and they have to fight. And as I mentioned, you tried me once, I guarantee you're not going to try me again. Try me. Just like I said, them boys in my family willing to go down, either to jail or worse, then hey, if that's what's going to happen, goddamn it, it's going to happen. But I promise you, I will be going down with a fight. I am not about to alter my life. I am not about to walk away possibly from this scholarship or the hardworking parents that paid for me to go to this school. I love this school. I love this school before you did it,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna love it after. That's
Yeah.
just it. You leave. You leave. To the girlfriend, you leave. To the people that's on campus, stand up and step up for that young lady if they got
And,
the audacity to try that
and they
shit. No, you don't change your life because of somebody else. No,
They
man.
and they
That's
didn't. Them
the point.
folks, you saw all them folks hanging around and not stopping that mess and making that young
And
man
that month.
accountable.
And
And
that,
did
yes.
not. They're like, ooh, got to go. I ain't gonna let y'all handle my life. I'm
Well,
not.
okay. Well, look, I got some backup coming. Aunt Debbie said drop the link. I'm dropping the link, and I can guarantee you, my Chi-Town auntie, Aunt Debbie, ain't leaving nowhere. We
And
get it, SKR. We get it. We get it. I understand
I'm
your point.
I'm
What you say? Hold on. What you're saying is better safe than sorry. Fuck that. I'ma say it again. I'ma say it loud. Fuck that. You know, I'm not about to do that. Period. Point blank. She can get a restraining order. Yes,
right.
she can. Debbie say, "Why she gotta run?" I just dropped the child. And look, if you don't stand for something, what's the saying? If I don't stand for something, I'll fall for anything. I'm standing. Negro and your little frail ass girlfriend. Y'all ain't running me nowhere. Okay? You got that off that night. The two guys that was there, I can guarantee you, SKR, there are multiple men that wish that they were there to witness that. Everybody ain't scared of that crazy nigga.
Yeah, yeah.
Where Aunt Debbie at, y'all? Aunt Debbie, hurry up. I dropped the link. Hurry
I
up.
I ain't leaving. Like I said, you and y'all are right. Nobody should have to uproot, but I ain't leaving nothing in the chance of people that don't take accountability and go from 0 to 100. No, I
Okay.
can move around. I could pledge somewhere else. I could get a degree somewhere else.
Yeah, but
I
you
could do
shouldn't have
all
to.
things somewhere else
Ain't no,
until this situation cooled down.
ain't no cooling down. Fuck that. They gotta cool down. Okay. You
And
should
you know they is.
hold
They ain't.
on. Hold on.
They ain't
Hold
cooling down. Not them
on.
nutcases.
Girl, them nutcases ain't scared to show their face right now. The nation is upset about this. They scared. I can guarantee you that nigga there ain't walking down the streets of Atlanta like, yeah, that was me. I did it. He in the house, hold up. He's in hiding as he fucking
You
should.
think?
Hold
You
on.
think?
Aunt Debbie is here. Ooh,
You
child.
think?
Aunt Debbie, do I need to play your theme song before or after?
You think? I bet you he's somewhere but right now. He'll do it
Mute
again.
up. Mute up. Aunt Debbie is here. Come on, Aunt Debbie. Ooh, child. SK, I done raised my pressure. Come on, Aunt Debbie.
Don't let this raise your pressure, cause that boy got a case now.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on that case, that school gonna kick him out. And no other college that follows you. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that young lady should hide. I think he should be kicked off and thrown off the campus. His parents need to get him and whoop his ass for messing up their money for them sending his dumb tail to school to do something like this, talking about he gonna unalive or he gonna choke a body, whatever he said. They need to get him some help, or more than likely, if he don't get help, he gonna end up in jail because that is the case. You can't do that. And the girlfriend should get some of the charges too. So should. Now, if I was that young lady, she knowing me, I get some of my cousins or some of them thugs. Come on down here. I got an apartment. Y'all stay with me.
Period.
I'll be riding over there cooking beans and chicken and fried chicken. He wouldn't be able to speak to me.
That's right.
He wouldn't be able to speak. And see what them boys need to do when they saw him doing that young lady like that, they should have got him up off of her and got on him.
And they did.
You don't tolerate, and that would have told him, we don't tolerate this man trying to choke this lady. She only 80 pounds. And you and your girlfriend is bullying. That's what that is. That's bullying. They saw her by herself. They stepped on her foot and she said, y'all could at least say, excuse me. And they still by themselves. So now we're going to choke somebody. You ain't going to choke on me. Hell, I'd have had me some money. I'm telling you, everybody ain't going to take that shit. And I ain't going to no another school either. She need a taser. Get some of that, some spray in the eyeballs. His ass will be all right.
That's right.
And her too.
I'm going
to
to tell
what
you,
you gotta do to protect yourself. I'm not running from bullies. I'm not running. I'm standing there. I'm going to fight. Do or die. But he won't be in school long because that case. He didn't be in the school long. His parents might well get his room ready up. Get his jail cell ready one. Because, see, that's a case. And if I don't think, they don't give you no I bond on cases like that. So that's a paid bond. Maybe his parents paid to get him out. But if I was a parent, I wouldn't have paid nan damn penny. I would have told them folks, I ain't coming to get him if you say it's free.
That's right. Let him sit there.
Let him sit there. He did that. If he know better than that, let him sit on in there and get on in there with the niggas that do that. Do that for real.
That's right.
Gotta teach him a lesson. I wouldn't have paid nan penny to get him out. I'm telling you, I wouldn't even went down there to get him if they say for free. I'd have said let his ass stay on in there because I ain't coming to get him. Sorry.
Hold on.
That's some treacherous stuff.
It is. Hold on. Hold your horses. SKI, I know you ready to respond. Also, Debbie, hold on. Let's look at the update that I just found when it comes to her. Clark Atlanta University released a statement, as well as Morehouse, which is where he went. I'm not sure if the girlfriend went to Clark Atlanta or not. And look, I get what you're saying. SKR, Deborah put in the comments that she agreed with you as well. And I'm with Aunt Debbie, though. You know, that is still a form of bullying. And yeah, look, if my child is traumatized or whatever, maybe I will let her stay out for another semester or so. But yeah, no, we're not about to alter your life on fear, because guess what? That fear will continue. So if she needs to go to a therapist and all of that, if we need to make sure that there are protective measures in place, like Aunt Debbie said, them boys, then we're going to do what we have to do. But otherwise, I just feel like she'll be living in fear for the rest of her life and basically running. But Clark Atlanta's president released a statement a couple days ago. SKR. Okay, sis, I got you. Clark Atlanta released a statement on November 22nd. They said, "Dear community, I am deeply concerned by the assault recorded and witnessed on social media of one of my students this week. As the president of this institution, my first priority is the safety and well-being of our students. As a father, this disgusting display of violence against a young woman is unacceptable and has no place in our community. We want to be clear. Violence as a whole within our society is anti-ethical and disruptive to our culture. Moreover, violence of any kind, particularly against women, is intolerable, unacceptable, and has no place on our campuses. The safety, dignity, and well-being of Clark Atlanta University students, wherever they may be, remains our highest priority. We continue to work closely with the Atlanta Popo Department and appropriate authorities to ensure this matter is resolved immediately. We ask our partners' families to keep all those affected in your thoughts as we stand united in compassion, care, and accountability. Excuse me. Now, before I even get to the next statement from Morehouse, that lets me know, SKR, this college is behind their student. This college is going to make sure all steps are taken to make sure that she, as well as the other students, are protected. No need to run, you know. Let's go to the next one. Morehouse, they said yesterday, and I better hear expelled in this. Yesterday, the college was made aware of a video circulated on social media depicting an off-campus incident that answers your question, CC. And I knew it was in front of apartment buildings off campus, but I didn't get a chance to answer you. Involving a Morehouse College student and a Clark Atlanta University student. We want to state unequivocally that the behavior shown is disappointing and completely inconsistent with Morehouse's missions, values, and expectations of its community members. Our campus safety and student services teams responded swiftly to review the matter through our established student conduct processes. We are also working in close partnership with Clark Atlanta University leadership and with the Atlanta Popo to fully investigate the situation and to reach a just resolution. I'm going to stop right there. I will continue in a minute, but that's bullshit. You don't need to wait to reach nothing. The video showed you what your student did. What would be just is to also state he has been expelled. But let's continue. While student privacy laws prevent sharing updates, please know that collectively we will take all necessary steps to address this issue with urgency, fairness, and care for all involved. Our highest priority remains to be the safety and well-being of all students, and we are committed to ensuring accountability for all parties found responsible for conduct violations. We do not take lightly the impact that incidents like this can have on the broader community, and we appreciate those who elevated their concerns. So I get it. They said they got to take all necessary steps and all of that, but yeah, go ahead and kick them out. I'll go back to you, on Debbie, then we'll go to SKR on Debbie, and I'm glad you're here because I want your thoughts on Kenneka Jenkins. We'll be talking about that next, and I know that you're local as well in Chicago. What are your thoughts on the statements from the schools that I just read?
Well, first of all, Morehouse, they should have had somebody else right. Division of Student Services, that ain't nothing. You see how that president stepped up at Clark? So where's Morehouse people? You know, that young man need to be put out. What if what if he was in a class with somebody get a higher grade than him? He gonna choke them too? He don't need to be around nobody. He not right, you know. So they need to let him because he's a liability. And like I said, no other college gonna pick him up. So I don't care what Morehouse say. Division of Student Services, they need to get some deans and presidents up there to say something, you know, to protect their reputation and do what's right when it comes to the students. And he needs to be kicked out permanently. Don't come back here no damn more. You don't know how to act. And you know, that's the bottom line of that. He got a case now, so he got to get a lawyer. He'll be down at that jailhouse. As soon as he mess up that bond, his mom and their money, he'll be in the jail. Watch and see.
All right. I agree with you, on Debbie. You know, I don't think for their sake, and I'm talking about Morehouse, they'll be able to keep him, period, because they will have people marching and protesting and everything else. I'm gonna just give them a tad bit of leeway, but by the end of November, which is a couple days, his ass should be out of there if he isn't already. These statements was released, it looks like, on November 22nd. but we'll keep our eye out on it for sure. SKR, your final thoughts, sis?
Um, I hope that the colleges, this sounds like they're on their way to doing making the appropriate steps to get this situation handled and handled properly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I would hope and wish that this would be a learning lesson and a turn in both of those young people's lives, the girlfriend and the boyfriend, that your 0 to 100 will definitely get, you know, somebody hurt and unalived, or in your life in danger too, and start taking accountability of your actions, and everything just doesn't have to go so far, and have some, you know, something about yourself, some pride or something. You don't have to go and be ugly all the time with everything. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to prove yourself. Why are you so angry at a young lady about some feet being stepped on and stuff like that? You stepped on her feet. Why are you so mad? So
Exactly.
it's just, you know, it's just, you know, I think that's something that needs to be, he needs to figure out why he's so angry. And I
Okay.
bet you his parents went down there and bailed him out real quick. And I hope that they get him some help. So
Okay.
that's all I can say for it.
No, excellent points. Excellent points. I want him to get that help right there in jail. That's what I want. I want a couple of them Negroes to help themselves to his head, his body, pick him up by his damn neck, swing him around, do everything that he did to that young lady. And after that, if there's a rehabilitation period, then so be it. I'm all for an eye for an eye. And like a lot of us said today, he wouldn't have done that to a Negro. He's unhinged, and his parents may be aware of that already. Most times when people exhibit these type of behaviors, that's not new. The girlfriend saw that shit before. His mom and daddy probably saw it before. And yeah, let them go ahead and get in there with the people that act like that in jail or beyond. There's two options: jail or where the sad chick was trying to go on top of that casket. You choose. But yeah, no, you can't go around terrorizing people, and there are consequences for your actions. He's lucky that those consequences allowed him to still be among the living, if you know what I mean. Let me read a couple comments and then we're going to get into Kenneka. Cece said, my mother-in-law was dean of students at a HBCU. She did not play. She expelled students and threw fraternities off campus for their actions. This cannot be tolerated. Kudos to her. And I agree. Sometimes we give a little too much leeway and time, and we gonna see the investigation. Excuse my French. I don't need to see no police report, no nothing, because I know what my eyes just saw on that video. Nigga, you crazy. And you're not going to be at this school. Now go ahead, go home and wait for your court case, but you won't be here. But I agree with you, SKR. It does seem like both colleges and Debbie that they are working to get to that point. They're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's on their end because, yeah, lawsuits and all of that may come, and they should come from the victim. Okay. Simone said the vast majority of our community, YNs, don't see DV as wrong. Those YNs who stood, watched, and did nothing prove that. I would have to see what the mood is before I allow my daughter to return. Good point. And that's SKR points. But she said just go on leave, go to another school, child pledge at the other school. But I agree with you, Simone. If I gotta take her out for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to see how things turn out, then yes. Or again, let's just send the nephews and the brothers and the cousins up there. Go ahead and go in class. Now you out of class. Come on, you got a job. We'll usher you there. Yeah, you know. I agree, sweetie. The schools can be sued. Shout out to all of you that's come in after we started this live. Miss Wynn said, why didn't the girlfriend handle it? It may have been fair, but unnecessary. The guy getting involved was completely unnecessary. I agree. And I already closed out that window. But when the video initially hit social media, the two girls were on the ground. And maybe the victim was getting the better of the girlfriend. and he decided to jump in. But the girlfriend, you guys heard him, said, "You gonna handle this, Bay? Bay handle it, and handle Bay ass in jail." That's just it. All right. Excellent topic. Excellent topics. We got 99 likes and 137 watching. If you guys, even if you're in the bushes, if you can hit the like button, it is free. I appreciate it. Hype up the video. That's an option as well. But we're going to keep this thing moving. Kenneka Jenkins. And this happened way before I started my YouTube channel. And I do want to talk about this. And now is the time because her mother just came back out recently. But for those of you that don't know, you should. This was another story that hit the national news everywhere. She was, again, a 19-year-old who died in a hotel freezer in 2017 in Chicago. All right. All right. L'Oreal is here. L'Oreal, I'm going to pump my brakes and let me know. Do you want to discuss the Morehouse situation before we move on, sis?
Nah, you can keep going.
Okay. All right. Now drop the link again for anybody else that want to come up. But the official medical examiner ruled her death as accidental due to hypothermia, exacerbated by alcohol and drugs. Her family and friends initially criticized the Popo response, and a lawsuit was filed, and they did settle that lawsuit with her mom for $3.5 million. Now, the circumstances, they threw a big party, Kenneka Jenkins and friends, at the Crown Plaza Hotel near O'Hare Airport. Video of that party circulated. It was packed. It was about 30 people in that hotel room, drinking, partying, dancing. Allegedly, there were pills and all of that. The cause of death, again, they said it was accidental. The autopsy found alcohol and drugs in her system, which likely increased the effects of hypothermia she suffered while in that freezer. The aftermath, the Rosemont police did not suspect foul play, but the investigation was described as incomplete. This led to criticism from her family and friends, as well as that lawsuit. All right, so we're going to take a look at the video. We're going to take a look at the video. And after this, I will read what her mom came out here and said a couple days ago. And I'll give my thoughts, which have been my thoughts since this unfortunate tragedy happened. Okay, so this is a still picture of Kenneka, and may she rest in peace, in the hallway of the Crown Plaza. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, that is her walking through the hotel, stumbling and all of that. You could tell that visibly she was, drunk and on I don't know what else, but they did find drugs in her system. So that's her again bumping into the hall and all of that. Let's keep looking. That is her mom. This is topiramate. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that was found in her system. They say that drug is used to manage epilepsy and migraines. And her mom said she didn't suffer from any of that, so they didn't understand. They believe that somebody put that in her drink in that party. All right, those who knew her best claimed it was highly unlikely Kenneka willingly took pills that night. All right, let's go to the next one. And believed they were slipped in her drink. Her mother believed that the police bungled the investigation, by not taking this case seriously from the start. I want to pause right here because I want you guys to pay attention once we start talking. This is the kitchen area of that hotel. As she turned or kept walking straight, I'll get my thoughts, but I think that she thought that she was going outside. I'll get my thoughts in a minute. All right, so down at the bottom, what they're doing is just they have the transcripts of what the mom said. She called the police, said her daughter hasn't been seen in a couple hours. They were at a party at the Crown Plaza. They said, you haven't seen her, correct? She said correct. Her friends haven't seen her as well for about 3 to 4 hours. They told the mom, go home and relax a little bit. At the time, the police felt like, you know, she may have gone to another friend's house or whatever. And they didn't, you know, because the 24 hours before people can be reported missing wasn't, it hadn't hit that. They told her just to relax. Give it some time. They said, but the mom said she could be in the room passed out. They wanted to go up and search the room. They didn't search for Kenneka for 5.5 hours after the initial 911 call. They believe if the police acted sooner, that they might have found her in time to save her. All right, let's go to the next one. Because of the public scrutiny of this case, Rosemont police have released thousands of case documents. This is that freezer. This button here would allow somebody that knows that that's how you get out to get out. They found her lip gloss and all of that. All right. Unfortunately, this is how, and this is why the internet, I think, was so much in an uproar, because this is Kenneka Lang here. A shoe was off. That's one shoe over there. A lip gloss and everything. And she had started to undress, or that's how they found her, you know. And let's finish and I'll get my final thoughts on that. And may she rest in peace. This was so sad and unfortunate. All right. So when it comes to hypothermia, experts say that in the last stages of hypothermia, a victim will start to feel like they are overheating and will commonly try to take their clothes off. So at that time, the family sued for $50 million. The mom settled for $3.5 million. Now, before I get to what the mom came out and said initially, this is what I will say. The hotel was absolutely at fault for not having areas in that hotel closed off to the public. She should have never been able to wander in and go into that freezer. She had left the party. All of her other friends were still upstairs. We just saw her walking through the hall and all of that. I have always felt, and I can't wait to hear those of you that's on the panel, your thoughts. I have always felt that she, being in the state that she was in, opened that freezer door thinking that was outside, thinking that she was going outside. And unfortunately, that freezer locks behind you. A lot of employees of establishments have passed away before that button that I showed you guys. You know, the newer models have that. But back in the day, freezers like that didn't have that button. I don't know if that location had that button or not. But I have always felt that this was an unfortunate accident. The hotel was absolutely to blame. They should have paid out. They did, but not enough to my liking. And the police stood some type of responsibility as well, even though we know it is common to wait 24 hours before they will allow you to put a missing person and all of that. Had they searched those premises a little bit earlier, it is likely that they probably would have found her sooner. I do still think that she would have been, unfortunately, unalive. But I think this was a freak accident. I've never bought into all of these theories and all of that. And she was drugged, she was burned, she was, raped, and never bought into that. And I was online every day when this happened in 2017. I was in the Facebook groups and everything, and I've always felt that way. Anyway, the mom took $3.5 million a couple years ago. She came out a couple days ago, and people feel like the money is gone. Okay. After receiving a $3.7 million settlement, her mother is speaking out about her daughter's death. And I'm going to read this and then we'll get to the panel. To whom this may concern, and look, friends, we got to be real careful with that. They were, because I was, like I said, I saw all the video and all of that, Teresa. All of them were lit. And they should have never let her leave out that room by herself. So yeah, they weren't friends to me. But the mom came out. She said, to whom this may concern, this is a hard read grammar wise. She said, I still don't know what happened to my child's life, clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. However, I've been promised lies as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again. As you can see, over the years, I wasn't near as vocal as I am today. So after this post, I might be back in court, but I will get sued because I was tricked by they will get me answers, give me clothes and her cell phone and anything that belongs to her when she died that was on her body. That was a lie. Once they finished investigation, allegedly people I trusted, they told me that somehow Kate got out the back door. I never heard how, which door could get out, but they never told me how or where. Allegedly, they never told the media. That's why I know the media will lie allegedly. So I can't invite any of you to go. I was in pain going through my cancer battles. They forced us, had us in rooms for hours, and would not let us go until we said what they wanted us to say. That's a lie. I'm just going to say that. She was quick to settle. Thank you, Peach Prince. That's what it was. They didn't force you to take no settlement. Okay. Anyway, she said they made us accept what they wanted to give us. I'm literally living without my child, and I'm rising above, staying strong, and holding on to hope even without you. P.S. I was made to do a recorded video hours after we were held during one of my child's birthdays. At the same time, I was sitting in a meeting about another child who wasn't even living. I had nothing to give my baby that day, but I knew a surprise was waiting. Once we left that meeting, before the rain came hard, I stayed quiet long enough, but at this point, I'm simply speaking my truth respectfully, clearly, and without naming anyone. Now, let's make Americans great and try to tell someone with honor, and they told me, just go on and live my life. Peace be still. I do want to say prayers go out to the mom. That was a hard read. Is not making. You never heard of this story, really? What she came out and said, that whole post wasn't making too much sense to me. And yeah, with me being from Chicago, with me living there at the time, I remember the news showing her in negotiations with lawyers and all of that. She took that settlement and now she back and people are roasting her. They feel like the money is gone. For those that's on the panel, I guess I'll start. And Debbie, I want to hold you. I'm going to start with L'Oreal first. But L'Oreal, before I get to you, let me read a couple comments. No Name Face said, I've been drunk like that before. No pills involved. but I mistaken things for other things. Thank goodness my friends and I don't leave each other alone when we've been drinking. Yeah, and look, a lot of people were looking for those friends in Chicago at that time, you know. It's me, Wanda Marie said, wow, it's so some of y'all just walk in people's houses and not speak. Oh, tap the like, it will not hurt or cause. I'm like, well, who? Wait a minute, what? Thank you, thank you. And then No Name Face said, me either. She should have ran it through Chat GPT first. Yeah, girl, let them rewrite that. Okay. But let's go ahead and get your thoughts. L'Oreal, were you familiar with this story when it first came out?
I didn't get that deep off into this story, but I remember it.
Okay.
Um, my thoughts on it is, again, prayers to the mom, but I feel like she having some type of mental breakdown.
Mm.
She wasn't sounding right in the mind at all. The
Mm-hmm.
whole little statements that she came at and said, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, she sold out her daughter, took the settlement." I don't see nothing wrong with her taking a settlement either. If
Mm-hmm.
that's what she want to do, ain't nothing gonna bring her daughter back.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, but I do think it was an accident. I don't know. I've been hearing the conspiracies about, she could have been raped and a security guard and all these other factors that don't make sense because why would the police cover that up or the hotel cover that up?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But the mom did say on her earlier interviews, I do remember her saying that she worked in the cafeteria herself and she's worked inside, mini freezers or whatever, and she knows that once you go in, they have those emergency things. And
Mm-hmm.
so she said that it glows in the dark. So that may be the actual freezer or one like it.
Yeah.
She said that button glows in the dark. But again, if you drunk
You don't
and
know.
on yeah, and you don't know, you a child,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you don't know. So hey, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it was an accident. They blew it out of proportion. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if she was great, they would have found some type of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Of that. I just don't get it. I don't get all the conspiracies. I think the lady got paid, and whether or not she got paid or not, or the money gone, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a battle for her. I just
Mm-hmm.
think she just had a mental breakdown and just spoke out. And it was a couple of days before the holidays. Give her a break.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And look, I agree with you. She should have settled and she should have held out, if you ask me, because 3.7 is not enough. They were liable. They didn't cause her death, but in a sense, they did because, as I mentioned, she shouldn't have been able, even with her, and I'll put it back up on the screen,
And
even
they
with
and
her,
they said they was renovating or something. So even
yeah.
more so for people not to be allowed in that area.
Yeah, but look, not even that area. With her wandering these hallways like this, the hotel should have been looking at security monitors where they saw that she was absolutely in distress way
Right. Yeah.
before she even got down to the basement. So the security should have been able to come. This is way, or this was the lower level that where you saw those stairs. But yeah, she shouldn't even have been able to make it to that area. But once she got to that kitchen area, yeah, she shouldn't have been able to get in there. But okay, so L'Oreal agrees with me. It was and have always been to me a sad, unfortunate accident. And like you said, in that state of mind, she wasn't thinking about a button or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We saw her, and I do think that she was drugged, by somebody in that hotel room. And this was real big across the United States. But as far as Chicago, baby, them internet detectives,
Oh
conspiracy
yeah.
theorists, child, they was on this, and they are the ones that put all of that out here. Unfortunately, this young lady was under the influence real bad. Couldn't walk straight, couldn't, you know what I mean? And I think she was trying to get outside to get some air. And walking in that freezer, she probably thought initially, I'm finally outside, and she got locked in. Hold
I think all the
your thought.
conspiracies came on. I'm be through with it. I think all the conspiracies came on because they couldn't find her at first,
Yeah,
and then everybody was like, "Oh, the hotel fixed the footage," and then it
yeah,
went from there.
yep, yep.
It just went from there.
Girl, they was looking at when this was going on back then. Did you see that video jump? Did you see that glitch?
Hmm.
They chopped this out, and do you see that shadow? That was a man. That it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Excellent points, L'Oreal. I'll come back to you, sis. Let's get because I want your thoughts on Masika. I don't know if you missed that. We'll come back to you for that. I want to hear what you got to say. SKR, I'm gonna go to you, and then I want the Chi-Town aunt to let us know her thoughts on this. SKR, did you ever hear of this story before?
Oh yeah, and I've heard all the conspiracies about, ex-boyfriend and all this moms and just all the whole mess of it. It looks like it is such an it is an unfortunate situation with her being that and under the influence, and like you said, nobody, no friends, no cousin, no nobody followed her or say, girl, I'm gonna go with you or anything. I sad because nobody did go with her, and that she was stumbling around everywhere. It's just so, that she was just in that state.
Mm-hmm.
And I am like confused because I would be like, let's go to the video. Do y'all have video camera? Okay, y'all got videos around here. Can we run the tape and see if around this time to see if such and such and such and such, and they could have been found her eat faster if they just would have went up there within after the 25th hour come up, go up there and be like, can we review your surveillance cameras?
They
And
did that. They did that. But they wanted initially the mom when she went up to that hotel the day because this incident, her stumbling that we were watching, that was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The mom went up to that hotel, let's say 9 a.m. Once the friends started calling her and say, we can't find Kenneka. She's not with us. She walked out of the hotel room. We don't know where she is. The mom then went up to that hotel and asked them, can they search? And they told her what typically a lot of people get as far as a response from authorities. We can't make this a missing person case until 24 hours. So
but I would even think that the hotel staff would just have that courtesy to even just look for you, look at it, their security staff,
Mhm.
without that police even being involved, just at least say, let me review my cameras to see,
Yeah.
what was going on, or the hotel manager or whatever else kind of, peek back at that time just to see if any weird movement was going on. I
Mhm.
would, but I guess, when you just don't think about that next step, that you could have taken that next step. Some people just don't know that sometimes they have that ability to do that.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. Yeah.
but it's a sad situation. Um, it looks like it, if they didn't find any DNA evidence or other traumatic evidence of any type of assault or anything,
Yeah, they
and it looks like she's passed away from this cause of death, and it's just hate for that young lady, hate it for the whole family, and mom is having a tough time.
yeah.
She's struggling, and I would hope that other family members and friends in the community continue to rally around her and get her the help that she needs. So,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And L'Oreal made an excellent point. Although it was hard to decipher some parts of what she's saying, it is the holiday time. I've been talking about holiday blues for the past month, and we'll be talking about it. And yeah, I'm sure that's what she was experiencing as well. And excellent points, SKI. Let's get to Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie, I know I don't have to ask you if you heard about this, and so far, SKR and L'Oreal and myself, a couple people in the chat, feel like this was an unfortunate accident. For you, Aunt Debbie, with you being local, did you feel like this was that something happened to her, or did you think that it was an accident from the start as well?
First of all, I think somebody put something in her drink. That's why nobody was with her. They weren't her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And she wandered off, whatever they then gave her, and she ended up there. That was the accident part there. But I also fought the hotel. These 19-year-olds, you should have security. They having a party. It was
Mm-hmm.
a big party getting out of hand. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
came to see or quiet them down. Security should have been on alert. You got these 19-year-olds running around the hotel, and you're doing construction, and you're not allowed to go in that area of the kitchen like she was. She just was running around. That should have been closed off. So that was the hotel's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate for her mother. You know, it's sad. It's hard. It's holiday time. You settled. You know, what more can you do? I understand you miss your baby, but you haven't said nothing for all these years, and now all of a sudden you coming out with this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
What's your motive?
Mm. So you think it's
Why
more
not?
than just holiday blues? You are
Yeah,
among
I do.
those that think
I
that the
do.
money ran out. I think that too, but I do want to have a little grace and compassion. But I'm with you on Debbie. I think the money ran out. Mama been shady to me from start, being local at that time. But go ahead.
I thought she was shady too. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I said, all this time you didn't say nothing. Like when you got that money, you didn't say nothing. You was done with it. You didn't have them to investigate no more. You didn't hear no more about the story after that. Now all of a sudden you coming back for what?
Mm.
What do you want done at this point? You took what they gave you.
Would you
So
have
what you
settled
want
on
now?
Debbie? Would you have
Nope.
settled?
Nope. Not for no 3.7. And y'all kitchen one closed off.
Yeah,
And I don't see why a hotel would let a bunch of teenagers get a room so they
that's
can
right.
do mischievous stuff in the first
Right.
place.
Supposed to be 21 and up.
So that's my thing about that. So now, uh-uh. But at this point, she did. So you have to make your bed with that. You know what I'm saying? She do. So what more do you want now? What do you expect to be done? Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, what's your motive? You ain't talked about it. When you got the money, you talked about it, you ain't nobody see. Now all of a sudden here you come up with this here. Crying again about your child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's something she had to take up and talk to God about. Make peace with it. And
Yeah.
she can only do that for herself. But I feel for her. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I do. Mm-hmm. On Debbie, look, and I knew that you would have similar thoughts as I, being local and just hearing the chatter locally. I do pray. I wish you could too, Gigi, so you can come up here, sis. I do pray for the mom, but she absolutely shouldn't have settled for $3.7 million. There were, the hotel was to blame, and I think I probably would have tried to fight even with the police. I get that it is proper protocol to wait, and maybe they still would have won where they didn't have to settle, but I would have explored that option as well. Because naturally, A lot of times they don't think of the worst case scenario. So this turned out being the worst case scenario. But with those kids and that large of a group, it was highly possible that she could have left with somebody else. So although I understand them telling that, yeah, I'm gonna sue you as well. But watching, like I said, when this was going on in current time back then, they did have her sitting at lawyer's office and she talking to the news and she was again rest in peace her daughter, and I do pray for her, but she was shady to me all along. And I think she took a quick settlement. I do think that the money is gone, and I agree with you on Debbie. Why now? Even if you are feeling the things when it comes to your daughter, her whole statement itself was trying to get the public riled back up, in my opinion. They made me be quiet. They made me do this. They made us sit there. They made me do, they ain't make you do nothing. I'm standing on business. And like L'Oreal said, yeah, take the settlement because your daughter, unfortunately, will never come back. But you settle for that and quick, So it's sad. It's unfortunate. Any of you guys have anything else to say about Kenneka? Final thoughts, and then we'll touch on Masika again for L'Oreal. SKR, any final thoughts, sis? SKR, you there? You on mute? You on mute?
Sorry, I was over there on top of my refrigerator.
Yeah, what was you getting? What was you getting?
Trying to put something above that cabinet in the above the refrigerator.
Them little small cabinets.
No, I don't have no other comments. I'm good with it.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. Gigi, I see you backstage. Says your screen is covered, but you can cut your camera off if you want to. Let's see if you can get it off. I'll let you get it off before I put you up on stage. Debbie, any final thoughts before we move on? Gigi, hit the button on your screen, sis, and turn your camera off. You see it? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna put this up for Gigi. Okay, Gigi, I have you up here. There's a button on your screen. Click that button and turn your camera off. Look at Gigi. Hey, Gigi. All right, she got it. She got it. Debbie, you was done with your thoughts, correct?
Oh yeah, I was done with that.
Okay, L'Oreal, anything else to add to this before we get to Gigi?
I think that mama realized midway through that it was an accident. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why she bagged out a lot of that stuff, and she might have some demons there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that she
Mm-hmm.
may have felt like she misstepped and then did the wrong things to people. You know,
Okay.
but she got to get herself together. I think they said it was more than 3.7 million, but by the time she had to pay all the attorneys
And
and all
all
the
of
rest of that stuff,
yeah,
that's what she was left with. She
yeah.
could have definitely held out.
Baby, look, it would be the Crown Kanika's mama's name hotel. Okay.
Cause
I,
6 weeks is ridiculous for that girl
yeah,
to be in that freezer that long.
yeah.
And and
Wait, wait, wait,
blaming.
wait, wait. She wasn't in the freezer 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
You know, no, they found her the same day.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, they found her 6.5 hours
Hours.
later.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
I'm finna say, baby, I don't own that damn hotel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It would be
Uh,
named after
uh,
me.
yeah,
Mhm. After my
yeah.
daughter, it would have been a Kenneka Jenkins hotel. They were definitely at fault. Gigi, I'm coming to you. They were definitely at fault. Like Aunt Debbie said, the kids shouldn't have been able to rent that room, and it was packed, packed. The videos that they showed, no name face even mentioned. Thank you for even mentioning a friend named Irene. But the internet detectives and all of that, baby, we were looking at. I wasn't one of the detectives because I was standing on. I felt it was an accident, but they were looking at people that they could see through Irene's glasses that she had on. Irene was a
Oh
friend of
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, and they was like,
Uh-huh.
"You see that? You see that? Look at them. They was fighting right there." I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But excellent points, L'Oreal. Let's get Gigi. Gigi is up here. Hey, Gigi. Gigi, are you there, sis? You're not muted on my end. Oh, we'll give Gigi a chance. Gigi, now you just hit mute. Now you're unmuted. Can you hear me? Because we can't hear you. Hold on, let me check your settings. Okay. Yeah, you're good on my end, Gigi. We can't hear you, sis. I know you said you were having issues with StreamYard. So I don't know if you want to try to possibly drop down and come back up. Because I don't hear you. But we see you. And I seen you in my Moses voice. Okay. All right, we're gonna give Gigi a second. I'll put this on. Gigi, you may want to drop down and come back up, sis. I'm gonna put the link back in the chat. Hold on, guys. Shout out to all of you that's joined me. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this Black Friday. Thank you again. If you haven't hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button. L'Oreal, I want your thoughts on this now. Aunt Debbie, you wasn't up here to give me your thoughts on Masika, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, I want your thoughts as well. We're going to start with L'Oreal, though. L'Oreal, let me take this off. Masika Child was out here like Jackie O and Coretta Scott King, put on a whole production when it comes to the ceremony for her ex-husband. And since then, she's been, calling somebody else daddy already a week later. And his name is Bino. Give me 1 second. Gigi is back. Let's see if we can hear Gigi. Gigi, are you there, sis? Gigi, can you hear me? Gigi, something is wrong with your sound. So make sure, I don't know, try to work it out. We'll give you some time, but we're gonna get L'Oreal and Debbie's thoughts on Masika. L'Oreal, I know you've been out in them Instagram streets. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think that, hey, he passed and she has a right to go ahead and start back dating right away 2 days after she posted the photo shoot from her husband's service? Give me your thoughts, sis.
That lady trash. She been trash. She still gonna be trash. She probably ain't gonna be nothing but trash. Who is them people behind her? Is that her parents that was in that darn limo with her, or is those his people?
I believe those are her people.
Okay, because I was
Not
wondering.
Mm-hmm.
She did the entire most. I knew she was gonna do the most when she came out. What's that man? Shoot, Jason Lee.
Oh yeah.
Asking him, but don't put it out before I tell our children. And we was like, you just put it out here. Ain't nobody said nothing.
Period. Yes.
Period. You putting it out by saying this. Cause we
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have known. That right there was asking for attention
Mm-hmm.
from the jump. And this right here having a videographer and picking out everybody's clothes and taking pictures of the nails. Everybody went and got the hair done, the cheering. I mean, it's just a full darn, it's a mess. It's like she put on the whole scene for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I am sick of her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
A
sick of
Tubi.
her. It don't even look like it was a lot of people at the service, like a private service. And so she did all of this stuff for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Cause ain't nobody studying her.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. The guy did seem like he was a nice guy from their videos.
Yeah.
And he was gonna make an honest woman out of her. At least he tried.
Tried.
He tried.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
tried, okay? Got her down here to Texas and was gonna straighten her out and make her
Mm-hmm.
slow down a little bit. But she for the streets. She right back in them streets looking for a new man with some money because sis ain't got it.
Oh, she got him. You missed the live. She got the new man, child. Let me bring that up real quick. Gigi,
Mm.
I thought I heard you. Can you say something real quick, Gigi? Are you there?
Wagwan.
Yes, Gigi is here. Okay, hold on, Gigi. Hold on. Let me show L'Oreal Masika's new man, child.
Oh, God,
Krishan's
no.
ex, Bino. She done
Wait
moved
a
on.
minute.
Uh-oh.
Not Krishan's ex.
I'm
Not
a
that
I'm a
one.
mute you. I'm a mute you, Gigi. Give us 1 second. L'Oreal, here she is. Yesterday, this guy, Hood Trophy Bino,
Wow.
made a post and said Masika is the love of my life. She said, Who you talking to? He said, You. She said, Okay, daddy. And then he posted today and said, And I got her. So she done moved on already, L'Oreal.
She worse than a man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dang, she worse than a man.
Mm-hmm. A mess. A
And he
mess.
wrong for that, taking advantage. Well, I would say he's taking advantage of her, but she a dog.
Girl, he ain't taking advantage of nothing.
He ain't taking advantage of nothing. You know, some men do be preying on women at funerals and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have seen that for sure. But yeah, no, she a dog. That don't even really count for her.
Yeah.
She's been for the streets. This is foolishness. And I wouldn't be surprised if she been fooling with that man.
Been fooling with him. That's what they said. They said, not this one. They said that that they had some dealings before. Just a couple months ago, she was tied to Matt Barnes. I know you guys remember Matt Barnes' fiance
Hmm.
coming out putting Masika on blast. She was getting flued out and yeah, and look, live your life, but don't do all of this. These pictures should have never hit the net. I want to say this real quickly, L'Oreal. And then we're gonna give Gigi, then we're gonna go to Debbie. It's common for a lot of people, my family included. We do dress up for funerals and we do color coordinate. So,
Yeah.
like my little niece that passed, the color was purple. All of us wore purple. So I didn't see any of that as being abnormal. What's abnormal for me is this right here. Make sure this first picture that I post on my page is the one that where I was falling out, child, and y'all had to grab me. This is straight BS.
Hmm.
Straight BS. But excellent points, L'Oreal. Gigi, Debbie, I'll get your thoughts on Masika. But Gigi, you were in the chat. I want to know both because you had some thoughts about Masika, and then I want your thoughts on Kenneka Jenkins. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Gigi's first time on the panel. Let me unmute you, Gigi. You there,
Hey,
sis?
I am here.
Hey.
Can you hear me? You know what? It's that Walmart computer that I had got on sale that was the
Oh.
problem. So I apologize for that. I apologize. I
Not a
apologize.
problem. Welcome.
So my little
Uh,
Masika thing.
go ahead.
So the picture of the corpse is Masika.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have one question for clarification. The man who lost his life, prayers to all, was her ex-husband, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, at first and shortly before his untimely death, she was blasting him. I even had an article up, and I'll see if I could bring it back up where, in her court docs and everything, she was talking about, she wanted full custody, she wanted him to have supervised visit and blah blah blah. So
Right.
initially they got married, they got that marriage annulled, and then
Mm-hmm.
per Masika, this hasn't been proven, they
Mm-hmm.
remarried again. So I
Mm-hmm.
do believe that at the time of his death, she was still his wife. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So married or unmarried, we have a child, we have a connection just because of that. Not disputing that. What I'm disputing is the moment. What I'm disputing is the fact that you hire two photographers and a whole crew
Mm-hmm.
for a funeral. Man, you should be there for your child, period. What is all these pictures of you falling out with your mouth open, acting like you're about to pass out when you were just blasting this man if you claim you couldn't stand, which you might not have. You might have had it might be from whatever their last conversation was before his untimely passing, might be what is making her be extra on this level with that man at this
Mm-hmm.
moment. Just saying, because we don't know what the last conversation was. There was a lot going on. But nowhere in the history of we had an argument with someone that I can't stand. He passed. We had a child together, and I hired a crew to take pictures of me falling out. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I stand on it because I don't know. I'm just saying that she just really need to fall all the way back, and she just made it worse because it's online forever, and everything she ever said forever. When her daughter gets older, she'll see it, and there's that. The whole Kenneka Jenkins thing.
Wait, hold on. Before you move to Kenneka, I just want to point out that the guy Bino, because
Oh,
uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay. The guy Bino that she is with now, as I mentioned, he was just with Krishan Rock, and this is the guy where Krishan was sucking his toes. So,
I know you lying.
no, that's him. And he
This not
posted
the
the video and all of
this
that.
this the bean guy. The bean.
Bino.
Oh
Bino. Yeah, that's
wow.
him. And allegedly, Bino got some money. So if he got some money, that's how he got Masika. Hold on,
Well,
Gigi. Go ahead.
no, I saw the picture of her and him and the elevator, and it was a picture of a ring and a heart, and I got her or something like that.
It's right here on the screen.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Mm.
It looks like they're in somebody's home or something like that. You see the hallway. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, right here it says, "And I got her" with the winking emoji.
Not this one. There's another one where they're in the elevator.
Oh,
She has
okay.
a she has a leopard dress on, and it's a
Okay.
heart and water and a ring, and she's smiling.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. After the grief photo shoot. A man. But Gigi, hold on before you move to Lisa Jenkins, and let's get to Aunt Debbie real quick before we move on from Masika, and then we'll come back to you. And after you're done with your Kenneka commentary, Gigi, we're gonna be out of here. Aunt
Okay.
Debbie, your thoughts on this photo shoot? Catch me, y'all, and make snap photographer. You got this, photographer. Make sure now. Let me put my arms up. They gotta hold me up. Debbie, give me your thoughts.
That's her 2 minutes of fame off her husband. Yeah, I thought they was separated. They had been
They were.
separated.
They were.
They were separated, right? Okay, so that means she fooling with guy, whoever this man Bino with that little t-shirt on. It's too little. Then little bitty t-shirt on. She
Mm.
fooling with him, she fooling with him while she was separated from her husband. Then her husband died, and then she hired these people and to show her grieving like she was grieving. I believe she is what she is. Trash. She for the streets and anything else she could be for. I believe that boy's brother when he said she wanted all them things done to them other folks.
Mhm.
I think she used men, and now she with this one because she think he got some change, but she going down. I mean, she going down. She ain't upgrading. She going down the scale. She just getting in picking anything now. So
Mhm.
she need to sit down somewhere. She really do. Cause how you gonna grieve one day and be out in the street the next day with somebody else in their arms like that?
She for the streets.
She ain't never cared. She wasn't grieving in the first place. You can look at her tail. She was looking at that camera out there. I had that paper up there with that smirk. Oh,
Mhm.
I don't believe nothing she said. These women something else. I mean, that shows what type of person she is. You know what I'm
Good.
saying? That really
Hold
shows what
on,
type of
Debbie.
person she is.
Hold on. Side note, you were here from the start of this live, and I mentioned Bambi's ex-boyfriend that said, "Yeah, I had her too." Well, I be dog if this ain't him. This him. He was at the funeral. I'm just not noticing this after I scroll through all of these pictures. So she had an alleged ex at the man's funeral. That's him. This is Ray Face. That's
See that?
scandal.
See what I'm talking about?
That's
That's
scandal. I'm
right
gonna
there.
bring up. Let's say allegedly. Go ahead on Debbie. Why I bring up Ray Face?
You see what I'm talking about? You don't have your exit. Lord have mercy. Uh, She don't, what goes around comes around, and what goes up must come down, and she going all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
picked that man.
You there, on that?
I, well, okay, to each his own. I don't feel
Well,
sorry for
look.
her or nothing else. She's still a streetwalker. God damn it.
All right. All right. Excellent points. That is Ray Face. Let's take a comparison. You see, right here, the guy with the blonde dreads that earlier today I showed you guys where he came out after Masika and Bino came out to the public, and he said I had her too. He was at that service, and she made sure to put that in her collage. And this is Ray Face. This is him. That's scandalous. That's him. That's him at the funeral. Oh my goodness. Excellent points on Debbie. She is what she's always been, always has been, and always will be to me. It's a mess. It is. We're gonna go ahead and get Gigi's
Admin.
thoughts on Kenneka. We've been here 2 hours and 13 minutes. If you are watching, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Yeah, hit that like button for me. All right, go ahead, Gigi. Give me your thoughts on Kenneka Jenkins. May she rest in peace.
Okay. So I do remember it from the beginning. I do remember there's a lot of conspiracies, and my thoughts are this. Couple of things. The people that she was in the room with, that she was not supposed to be there because she snuck out the house, were not her friends. Irene is a major player in all of it. There was two people in the room that could clarify. One of them are now gone. The mother came way after the fact, and I feel, in my opinion only, Gigi's opinion, she's out of money. And unfortunately, she exploited the child's thing. I do not feel like that it was an accident. I think it was a series of unfortunate events that did not start that evening, but the day before. But the fact that, and the way that she was walking, she was not just drunk. She had something in her, and she was disorientated.
For sure.
But you went with a group of people, and there are a lot of videos where they were together before. They were in the bathroom. They were together. There was a changing of the clothes. The other person that was made to look like her. Okay, so when you didn't see her any longer as your
No,
friend,
no. I gotta stop you. That is not correct. And nobody changed. Well, again, I'm local. I'm from Chicago. I remember watching all that.
I
That was
understand
a
that.
rumor. Nobody changed clothes to look like the outfit that she had on that
I
night.
stand
Go
corrected.
ahead.
I stand corrected. But if we come together, we leave together. How is it that she
Yeah.
left and nobody missed her to like go look for that baby? She was disoriented. Maybe she wanted to leave, and then she got somewhere she wasn't supposed to be, and ended up where she ended up. And everybody else was, it was a lot going on in that room, and uh, they went and told them they were too loud, and everything. But who was looking for her? Is my question. How is it that you did not miss her to go look for her before wherever she ended up? How she ended up wherever she ended up in a time frame from you not realizing she was gone contributed to what happened, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because
No.
of where she ended up at. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It doesn't take long to freeze. If you fell off in there and you froze and nobody missed you for X
Yeah.
amount of time, then by the time we get to you, it is too late.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of upset me because the fact that maybe it's just me being old. We came together, we're leaving together, we're gonna keep an eye on each other, and nobody noticed that she wasn't there.
Yeah, look, I agree with everything you said when it comes to that. That's why we said they weren't really her friends. So, did somebody slip her something? I always felt that they did.
Mm.
But I
But
expect Give me 1 second, Gigi.
I'm sorry.
I expect the mom and her family and friends to come out and say, "Oh no, she didn't do all these pills that they doing today, the perks and the this and the that." They
Right.
don't know. They don't know what that girl was
Right.
doing when she wasn't in their presence. But I do think
Right.
that they slipped her something that night, just based on the video that
Right.
looked like it was more than just her being drunk. But
Correct.
even if they contributed to that of her being drunk and under the influence to the level that she was, and yes, they should have followed her, they should have stuck with her and walked in. If you leaving, I'm leaving, all of that. They
Yeah.
didn't put her in that freezer. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So yeah, they
No.
are
No.
partly to blame, but to me, her death was accidental. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't think that her people or whoever she was with, like I said, they led her that way to that. My only
Right.
issue with that ever was that no one noticed she was missing and went looking for her in a timely manner. I understand
Mhm.
everybody's drinking, doing whatever they had to do, and I don't think the people she was with slipped or something. Somebody else might have slipped or something. If you don't cover your stuff when you go somewhere, you never
Mhm.
know. And
Mhm.
you never know. That's why you always, if you don't take it with you, don't pick it up when you come back.
Yeah.
Leave it where it is. And the timing of not missing her was the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, we also, and I agree with that, but we also have to realize and recognize, especially if you were looking at the videos from back then, all of
Mm-hmm.
them were in similar states. All of
Mm-hmm.
them were in
Mm-hmm.
that room, drunk as hell and high,
Mm-hmm.
smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Probably those that willingly pop pills. Again, we don't know if she popped pills or not based off of her family. She didn't. I've never done pills, but I've been a teenager before. I've been a late
Mm-hmm.
teen before. I know
Mm-hmm.
my mom and daddy didn't know that I was out there chugging Mad Dog 2020 and
Oh
and
my
and
God.
and Night Port. Is it called Night Port, child? My mom and daddy didn't know I was out there drunk as a skunk. So if
Not
they were
Nightport.
asked, unfortunately, if they were
Yeah.
asked after the fact, they probably
Yeah.
would have said, "My baby didn't drink. They baby
Right.
was out there, baby, drunk as a skunk." So
Right.
we don't know if she used willingly any pills or anything. You know what I'm
Key.
saying? Go ahead,
Yeah.
Gigi.
Keyword willingly. There was a
Mm-hmm.
lot going on in that hotel room. And if, I think, was it two hotel rooms? But there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And
It was
like I
one.
said, if you have something, I mean, do your thing. I'm almost 60 years old, so I've done some things.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've never done is not leave my drink. If I did, you can have that.
That's right.
Don't
That's
leave that
right.
over there. You can't bring me nothing I don't see you make. And if I set mine down, I'm not coming back to it. But you talk about kids, and it was a lot
Yeah.
going on. It's a series of unfortunate events.
Mm-hmm.
And my
Mm-hmm.
only biggest complaint with the whole thing was the timing between the fact that you realized she wasn't with you. Y'all came together, y'all sitting together, keep up with each other.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. It's horrible. It's horrible. And it's even worse for a mother that doesn't have complete clarity of what happened to her child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just a lot. It's a lot.
It
And
is.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And we can't, I mean, well, like you said, now we done did some things and we done jumped out some windows and we done did
Baby.
some things. I done tied some sheets to come out a window.
Ooh,
I'm just
child.
saying.
Ooh, child.
I'm just saying. But it's like you have to indoctrinate certain things in children. You can what it train up a child the way they should go. You can tell your kid everything in the world, but they
Mm-hmm.
still gonna have moments when they do whatever. And I just feel
Yeah.
like that it wasn't the people that was with her that she went with, it was somebody in that room.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If we are to believe that somebody drugged her and she was absolutely under the influence of more than alcohol, they found that the autopsy results showed that. Yeah, look, the friends weren't friends. The Irenes and everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the other kids' names, and I knew them back
Mm-hmm.
then. They weren't friends. Do I think that they went out to purposely set her up for something to happen to her? No,
Mm.
but they weren't friends to me because they let her somebody should have had their eyes on her as well as each other. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And when they saw her walking to that door and leaving out that door, somebody should have got up and followed her and walked with
Right.
her. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That was a
Excellent.
that
Go ahead.
that's that young people. I don't give a crap, or I don't want her to be here. Type foolishness. It don't take Tony. It don't take but 5 seconds to change your life forever, and it's unfortunate. And I hate that it happened, but it was the timing of everything, and it didn't
Yeah,
make it
I
any better.
agree.
It didn't make it any better with all the conspiracy theories and all the videos that's coming out and da da da. Okay, what you don't have a timeline and a video, but still, for that mom, as a mom, just she's not gonna have clarity until there's like concrete. This is what it was, but she will forever have to fight for her daughter's honor in that aspect of what other people say. And I could be wrong if I am correct. Just saying.
Yeah, look, in no way am I will ever say to a mom, look, get over it. You know, I don't think
Mm-mm.
that's what we're saying. But
Mhm.
when you have the official findings again of the police investigation, an autopsy report proving that she was suffering from hypothermia and all of that, you may
Mhm.
have to eventually, even for yourself, come to the realization that maybe this was the case. If not, I do think that it will continue to haunt her, and you know, there'll never be any type of resolve. And I think that she needs that even when it comes to mentally. Look, you settled because you said, okay, this what y'all saying that happened. I'm gonna go ahead and settle and take this money. Now it's time for you to honor your daughter with all of the other memories and all of that, you know. So again, I'm not saying get over it, but what I am saying is she will completely drive herself crazy. I don't think that it was a botched the police were at fault again because they could have started searching for her sooner. The hotel absolutely was at fault. But when you
Mhm.
settle, and Gigi, I need you, whatever you got going on in your background, sis. It's
I'm
some type of
sorry that was a dog running past. I
oh,
apologize.
okay. What type of dog?
It's a Yorkie. She needs to sit down somewhere real quick.
Oh, look, I get it. I'm a fur baby mama. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
what I'm saying
apologize.
is for her mental, I do think that it's time for her to just try to move in a different way when it comes to continuing on with her daughter's legacy, start some type of nonprofit organization, focus on drinking amongst friends, and like you said, covering up the liquor, and do something that's positive that can pull her up out of this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she's not ready yet.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not ready because she's listening to everyone else.
yeah, and she didn't spend that money, cha. In my
Oh,
opinion,
oh, oh,
you
oh.
know, in my opinion.
I'm trying
Um,
not to be messy.
yeah, no, it's okay. That's what we're here for, you know, and we keep it real. Even if we disagree, we keep it real. And I'm with Aunt Debbie when she said that money gone and now she back. You been quiet, lady. And you know, may your
Amen.
daughter rest in peace. Prayers going up to you. Yes, ma'am. But you've been quiet.
Yes,
Why?
ma'am.
Why not?
I agree with Aunt Debbie completely.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. L'Oreal is back. We out of here. Let me ask SKR, what you mean, sis? My stuff is getting flagged. I didn't think it was bad. What is that? What's getting flagged? SKR. You mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, I was making like I was saying Masika is too beautiful to be that ugly, and it's flagged my comment.
Oh, they flagged it because of the word ugly. So you yeah, YouTube child, you can't say dummy, and y'all know I say dummy ass in a minute. You can't say stupid. You can't type it. Ugly, all of that, and most times they don't want you to say it. So yeah, if you have ugly in that, they absolutely will hold that. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Oh,
I didn't see it either. So the legend of the Maz, Linda Gamble, must have caught it. All right, I'm gonna give you guys 60 seconds. Final thoughts. We have been here for 2 hours and 22, no, 2 hours and 27 minutes and counting. We still holding it at 112 people. Thank you guys so much. I am going to start with you, Gigi. 60 seconds. Give me your final thoughts, sis, on any of the topics.
60 seconds. We're all the same. We all make mistakes, and we all have different times to say when we are ready to say.
All right. I like that. Gigi, first of all, welcome to the panel for the first time. It is good to hear your voice. You know, I always see your comments. So I'm glad that you worked that out. Feel free to click the link going forward. I love your perspective tonight. And thank you again, sis, for joining me up on this panel tonight. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. All
Thank
right,
you.
we
Thank
gonna go.
you.
You're welcome. We're gonna go to SKR Security. Security, she been securing the spaces, baby, from the bushes. But she decided to drop on down today. We love you, sis. Now look, I know you going to our Cutie Crew Invades, whatever Caribbean island that we will be selecting soon. I'm trying to get through these holidays. But we'll vote on our location. It looks like Aruba may be it. But we're going to see New Edition in New York. You want to join a couple of us? It's Gia, Bridget J, myself, and Melanin. You want to go see New Edition with us, or you can't make it?
When is it?
We're going to New York March 12th through the 16th.
Oh yeah, that is peak uh spring break time, and people already taking off for work. My coworkers already talking about it,
Okay,
putting in from
understood.
work. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to make that one, but I would have loved it though.
Yeah, not a problem. Make sure you keep September open. That's when we're gonna be invading, baby. But give me your
Okay.
final thoughts. Final thoughts. 60 seconds.
Um, with most of the stories today, what goes around comes around, and I think that's with Masika, and then with that young man and his little dippy head girlfriend. You know, what you do to others. That old karma. So I'm hoping somewhere in there that out of who we talked about today, that somebody in there would take accountability for actions that they do, and things that maybe they'll realize something, but we can only hope, and we'll just have to watch and see.
You're
So
right.
that's
And
all I got.
we're gonna be watching, child. We're gonna be watching. And I agree with you. I agree. Miss Wynn put a perfect I see the word perfect, but it's a perfect comment as well when it comes to Kenneka Jenkins' mom. She said it's a perfect example of the difference between emotional pain and suffering. Totally, totally agree. I do deserve, child. I do deserve, Bridget J. Thank you so much, sis. And excellent points, SK Ara. I must say to my sis, anytime she put I deserve, I know she didn't send me a cash app. I love you, Bridget J. Thank you so much, sis. Let me play that I deserve, because I do deserve. Anybody in the chat, if y'all think I deserve, that cash app is right there on the screen. QT2. I do take super chats as well. But thank you, Bridget J. Love you, sis.
I deserve to be. I deserve. I deserve. I deserve.
I deserve. Oh,
That
Brittany
extra
Janae
burger
ain't
in the
no
refrigerator.
good. I love that. All right.
Can you hear that?
I'm gonna mute you, Gigi. Thank you again, SKR. Lori L, your final Miss Wynn. And I did announce it in my live earlier, did I not? I'll announce it again for any of the Cutie Crew that would like to join us. But you guys will have to let me know ASAP. I'll put up a post tonight, because you would have to cash up me your money so I can buy our tickets and we all can sit together. When I priced it last night, section 207 at the Barclays. Is that in Brooklyn, Miss Wynn? The concert is at the Barclays, but we are making a whole Gia came up with it, a Sex in the City weekend for the cuties that's coming. So you guys remember the show Sex in the City, where maybe I could find me a Mr. Big Child right there in New York. But it is going to be Shoot. Where is it, Jill? Sex in the City Cutie Crew style. March 12th through the 16th. That is Thursday through Monday, but the concert is that Saturday. And we're just going to make the best and explore New York, Times Square, Manhattan, all of that. I'm going to get my New York accent together, all of that. So I'll put up a post and then I will wait and buy the tickets Monday. Okay. But yeah, we want to sit together. All right. Who did I cut off? L'Oreal. I'm sorry, sis. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give me your final thoughts.
Girl, I didn't know Masika had brought a whole nother man to the funeral. I can't deal with it no more.
Mm-mm. Yes,
They
ma'am.
let you know that boy came from a real good family, because my family would have had a good fight tape on that damn videographer.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
You
But she's
bought
the
a whole
wife.
nother man. You on trifling heifer. And it
Yeah.
ain't even about getting back at that man, the baby. You
Yeah.
don't respect the child enough.
Mm-hmm.
You don't respect the daughter enough to you gonna bring a whole nother. That's so disrespectful
Mm-hmm.
to the
Mm-hmm.
man funeral. They took the cake. They took the
Yeah.
cake. And she'll do anything if she was fooling around with Molly Mall. Mm, the way he was
Mm-hmm.
doing. I'll let trap with, But anyhow, that's all I got for her. That's it. Hopefully we don't hear nothing, Miss Kanita, her mama go somewhere and sit down, and get her mind right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because she just opened up a whole lot of, and I do agree with whoever said in the comments that's haunting to see these videos. It is. And that just
Mm-hmm.
threw them all back up in the algorithm is all she did.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
Because even with me talking about it, that's why I'm talking about it, because it was back in the algorithm. I did see her comments as well first, and I just said, yeah, But it is a good discussion, and yeah, she does need to just lady go back and try to heal as much as you can. A lot of us that's talk about losing our parents or our kids or whatever the case may be, it'll never leave you. But this is not it. You coming out here trying to point blame after you settled and all that, that's not it to me, you know.
Yeah.
Excellent points, Lori L. Excellent points. Thank you so much, sis. Sweet Tea, yes, ma'am. We will be on Patreon Sunday. If you are not a Patreon member, feel free to join. We will be watching Real Housewives of Potomac as well as Married to Medicine. And as I mentioned, next Friday, since our Fridays are free, we will be watching the 50 Cent documentary. Let me go ahead. They'll be in Philly. Yeah, they're traveling everywhere. I wanted to, and Bridget J wanted to as well, go home to Chicago and see them, but the concert is on a Wednesday. I can't do that. But we'll be in New York, baby. Let me play Debbie Stein's song so she could take us away, child. Pretty much all of the comments tonight. Debbie ain't gave not one if.
Hey, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
And not the comments, the topics. Debbie didn't give a F about that Morehouse student. Debbie didn't give a F about Masika. And Debbie want that mama to sit down as well. What a fitting theme song for you, Debbie. Give me your final thoughts.
Well, I think Masika, now that you showed that, she done had the
Mm-hmm.
boy. That's so disrespectful to the deceased family, her children. That's a disrespect to her. That shows she a trifling low down in the street. I mean, just a streetwalker for real. She don't care what she do. And people like that, yeah, they just like I say, she get what's coming to her. She run up on Mr. Goodbar, she'll sit down somewhere.
Ooh,
And I
child.
figured Kanika's mama, when she got that money, she should have went and got some therapy for grief,
Yes.
and she should have took care of herself and maybe opened up an organization, like you said, nonprofit. She should have did something with that to honor her child. That would have
Mm,
gave her some comfort.
yeah. And
You didn't
something to
do
keep
any
her
of that,
mind at ease.
and she didn't do none of that. Now all of a sudden, you got them. Well, no, I don't know if you now here you are back. What are you back for more? The time was to get the help is when that happened
Yeah.
and you was suffering. That's when you should have got help for yourself. So all she can do now is go get her some help, and she just have to, like I say, pray and let God help her with that situation. That's all you can do. That's all you could do in that situation. But if it was me, and they gave me that money, I would have got me some good grief counseling and help and therapy right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I would have done, and did
All
some
right.
maybe put a scholarship to honor my child or some kind of
Right.
organization, about children, young adults and teenagers out drinking and going and doing these type of things, because there's other mothers who have suffered that she could have got and in communication with and maybe did something with them.
Yeah. Yeah,
See,
for
so
sure.
that's what I would have done if I was her. So
Hmm.
hey, it is what it is. I can't get over the lady that brought the boyfriend to the room.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
look,
damn. What? They don't care what they do nowadays, do they? God.
oh child, we saw the sad chick in the coffin, and now Masika done had that man. I just discovered that tonight live with you guys, and I will be making a video about it. I'm gonna do some research. That's scandalous, low down and dirty, trifling, all of the above. All of
And
the
all
above.
that falling out she was doing. Yeah, that was for play. How you? I mean, all that falling out. Oh, help me! I can't take it. You got your ex or your boyfriend or whatever side piece over there in the other chair. That's some low down crap. I tell you, people don't care what they do nowadays. They really don't care. But
Hmm.
that's some low down crap. See, that's that low down, dirty hearted type of shit. You don't have no
I
respect for your children, yourself, his family, or for him. That's what that tell
I
me
agree.
about you. And I look at her character. Woo, that's dirty.
Yeah, it is, Aunt Debbie. Sometimes we gotta let the 304s be 304s. And yeah, she wanted attention, she got it because people have been roasting her since again that grief photo shoot. And now more is being revealed. So, I totally agree with you. It's as low as you can go. It really, really is. But thank you, Aunt Debbie. Thank you for your final thoughts. Thank you again to Aunt Debbie, SKR, also known as Security, L'Oreal. Love me some L'Oreal and her laugh child, and Gigi hitting the link for the first time. Angela Richardson say she is down for that new edition concert in New York. So what I'm going to do, I'll make a post once I'm done, post it for the Cutie Crew members, and then those that want to go, you guys will have until Monday. I'll even include what the going rate is for those tickets, and the section that I looked at last night, they were $243 each to be in a section. I'll show you guys that it was a good section. And yeah, let's turn New York out. But for those
Uh,
of you, those, I'm sorry, who was that? Somebody's about to say something.
It was me. I wanted to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
Well, uh, I just wanted to ask a question about the
Yes.
trip to New York. What hotel will you be staying in?
We haven't decided on hotels or anything. This was last minute. We have been discussing New Edition for the past couple weeks, the Vegas Cutie Crew, and we came to the conclusion that yeah, we may need to go ahead and just see them in our own cities because the tickets were extremely high. So last night I got on. And I've been talking about I want to go to New York. I went as a kid. I don't remember. I want to experience it as an adult. And last night I got on, tickets was $243. So when it comes to the hotel, based off the number of us that's going, Gia is going to look into the hotel or Airbnb, because she is very, very familiar with New York. So we won't have to do like we did with Vegas, where everybody will get separate rooms and all of that. We can room together for how many people it allows, or if we do an Airbnb, we can do that together and share that expense. and then everybody would have to purchase, naturally their flights. Even when I checked the flights last night, a round trip from Vegas for those dates was only $250. So I'm trying to jump on everything. You hear me? Okay, Miss Wynn. Yay. Yay. Okay. So did that answer you on Debbie?
Yeah,
So we
because I know when you had first brought up, everybody see them in their own city. Because I was gonna go here and see them, but
yeah.
both my girls will be working, so they won't be able to go with me. And I'm
Mhm.
full with too many people, so that's why I was asking about New York. I never been to New York. That might be since I'm feeling better, might be a better. I was just thinking about it. That's all.
Yeah, well, look, you have time. Think on it. Before I even do anything else, I must say though, looking around, this decorating that I've done thus far has really put me in the Christmas spirit. I needed my spirits to be lifted. So before I do anything else when it comes to that, I will price those tickets to the concert. That's the main thing that we want to go ahead and lock down, because we want to make sure that before they raise them, that we lock those in. So, and Debbie, I'll make a post for the Cutie Crew members, and then those of you that want to join us, this is not a all must attend like that doggone, like we did Vegas, baby. We showed up and showed out. We're gonna do the same in September. But if you are a New Edition fan, yay, the Elegant Elephant. Yes, ma'am. Okay, if you are Teresa, when you get here, sis. Hey, Teresa. If you are a New Edition fan, then absolutely join us. The dates again will be Thursday, March 12th through that Monday, the 16th. So that means we're going to explore New York, dinner, Times Square, Manhattan, or whatever we want to do while we're there. Also, we are contemplating taking that short train ride to the Washington area, just a day trip. We may be able to see Teresa there. So we'll get everything together. And but for those that want to go, I will post it, because as I mentioned, you guys will need to cash at me your funds so we can get tickets where we all are sitting together. The section that I looked at last night in the Barclays was section 207. It is off to the side, but the first row is what was available last night, and we can see the stage clearly. Plus, you guys know they have the big screen jumbotrons everywhere. I have to see my boys. And I could have went here in Vegas January 30th, but no. I want to see it with my girls. So, Aunt Debbie, I'll post the details, okay? Anybody else that
Okay.
are Cutie Crew members, join us. Okay, Teresa, because I'm like, I ain't seen ya. I ain't seen ya. Um, Bridget J said we got time to get organized on Debbie. Yeah, we just want to lock these tickets down. And you want to lock your flights down as well, because flights can absolutely go up. So once we get these tickets, lock in your flights. We can worry about the Airbnb and hotel. We ain't got to act on that to after the first of the year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm excited. That is another motivation. That's motivation I need again. To go ahead and get back to working out. Don't forget, real quickly, Cutie Crew, we are getting active. We are getting active. So starting December 1st. Okay, wait a minute. Let me take this down. Starting December 1st, we will be back to getting active. $50 winner per month for those who have the most steps per month. I will give you $50, but as I said earlier today, I'm in the running. So if I got the most steps for the month, I'm keeping my 50. What's going on with Linda Campbell's daughter? Yes, from Boston. Elegant Elephant, sis. Who do you like the best? Because we've been arguing, child. I love me some Ronnie DeVoe. Okay. The least talented in the group. That's my boy. I can't wait. Yeah, and we will need to know, because Bridget J is going to be making us some custom shirts as well. Bridget J, let us know the cost and we will absolutely send that. Love you, SKR. Thank you, sis. You had a great time. It feels good to have you back. Okay. All right, let me find out what happened in the comments for Linda Gamble. Where is it? Hold on. Linda Gamble's daughter. Linda Gamble. I'm looking, Linda. Okay, I got to go up from this. Something is 12-7. Something is 12-7. Hold on. Is Linda Gamble still here? I'm still scrolling up. Somebody let me know in the comments what happened with Linda's or what's going on with Linda Gamble's daughter. Because I am scrolling. I see comments, but I don't see anything. Let me scroll down. Oh no. Her daughter had a stroke and has a brain bleed. Oh, I am so sorry, Linda Gamble. And what's 12-7? Surgery? Let me know. Prayers going up, prayers going up for your daughter. You guys, please make sure to keep Linda Gamble and her daughter in your prayers. And yes, we are absolutely, thank you, Gigi, sending healing prayers. And we are claiming in advance that everything will be okay. We love you, Linda Gamble. Thank you for letting us know. Here it is. I am good. I am at the hospital with my oldest daughter. She's been here since last Friday with a brain bleed and a stroke. Oh, goodness. We are praying. You guys, please make sure. Thank you for being here, Linda. You've been here for this whole live. Maybe you just needed a little break, but I love you. Thank you for being here. We are praying for your daughter. And again, we are claiming that everything is going to be okay. Teresa, not Teresa, calling you back. You're good, Miss Sweetie. Thank you for putting it in the chat. And yes, you guys keep Linda Gamble's daughter in your prayers. Let me put some praying emojis as well in the chat. And I'm praying. Also, Girlfriend Chronicles is on the mend. She was released from the hospital today. Keep her in your prayers. And yes. Okay. Oh, Ronnie has always been fine. Mike Bivens supports a lot of initiatives in Boston. He's an excellent businessman. Yes. Shout out to NE. Shout out to New Edition. And yeah, this is going to be amazing. So you guys look for the post tonight. I'll put the details. Angela said, I didn't like New York when I went, but I will go with the Cutie Crew sisters. Okay. Yeah, we're going to stick together. We're gonna experience it now. I don't want to go to no hoods, but oh Lord, please don't let me see no rats. Oh child, we gonna make it do what it do, Angela. We gonna make it where you like it, okay? And we gonna turn it out. I want to go to Canal Street, look at them fake bags, child, because come to find out all of them fake. Take me to Canal. I bet you I'm gonna shop and get me something. Linda Gamble said, Chit Chat and Cutie Crew, thank you. We love you. No thanks needed. Thank you just for feeling what this has been for quite some time, knowing that this is a place where you are comfortable to share something like that and know that we will be praying for you and your daughter. Keep us posted, Linda. You have my DM. Keep us posted. Okay, guys, we almost at 3 hours. This is supposed to be an hour. But I love you guys. Shout out again to SKR, Aunt Debbie, Gigi, and L'Oreal. You guys may see me on YouTube at some point tomorrow. If it's not a live, it will be a video because I'm definitely going to research Masika's ass, bringing that man to that man's funeral. Okay. We will touch on throughout this weekend. Portia and her new girlfriend. We'll touch live on Ray J crashing out. Everything that I've made videos on. But as I mentioned, I thank you guys. I thank you for joining me for this video. If you have not hit that like button while you've been here, please hit that like button on your way out. Shout out again. Let me take this down real quickly. If you send me a Cash App or a Super Chat, because I do deserve my voice going out. I deserve chat.
I deserve to be. I deserve.
All right, guys, let me work on this post for the Cutie Crew. I love you guys. For those of you that are not Cutie Crew members, please feel free to join. I'll drop that link in the chat as well if you would like to join the Cutie Crew. Go ahead and do it, child. We have us a ball, okay? No mess. No mess. Okay. Thank you, Linda Gamble. Keep us posted. All right, guys. I love you guys. Love you, Elegant Elephant. Oh, I can't wait to meet you. Miss Wynn. Oh, I can't wait to meet you. Anybody else that I haven't met that's a Cutie Crew member that will be joining us in New York. I love the way I say New York. I try to say it like I'm from New York. But I will be making another a logo where the Cutie Crew will be invading New York. We traveling a couple times a year, okay? All right. Love you guys. Thank you, L'Oreal. Have a good night, sis. Thank you again, Aunt Debbie, L'Oreal, Gigi, and SKR. And shout out to all of you cuties in the chat. I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.